Hello and welcome everyone to another 10th edition battle report. I am Luka from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by Christian, my guest today, who I've already played games with. You may have or may have not already seen them. I don't know when these are all coming out. We are doing Death Guard against the Sisters of Battle, the Adeptas Sororitas, in a 1,500 point game, using the 9th edition points just to mess around a little bit and get a feel for the game and see how these armies play in this new edition of Warhammer 40k. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show and let the bullets fly.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k battle report.
Let's take a look at the Death Guard forces first. I've seen that my man Typhus can join the Poxwalkers and is very reminiscent of old 6th edition Chaos Space Marine Codex, where you upgraded a unit of cultists to plague zombies, and I just drooled at the mouth and I fell in love. And it's going against everything I say about named characters, but you can't stop me. It's Bjorn in every Space Wolf list and Typhus in every Death Guard list now. He's my warlord for all that matters because he's Typhus, he's mighty, and this is Typhus's first plague company. I think they're called the Harbingers. Anyways, there's no rules for that, but maybe there will be one day. We are going to be running Typhus, naturally. Well, alongside him, we are going to have a Lord of Virulence, because I'm going to go with a more of a bombardment style kind of game today, where he helps out the Plague Burst Crawlers quite a bit, and he is a good piece for that. We're going to be giving him a deadly pathogen on his power fist there, increasing its strength and attacks if fighting near objectives or sites of important nature. A couple of other leaders I'm running today. I am bringing the Plague Surgeon, actually, which could be clutch. Again, I got to try out the Fetid Virion and see how they all play. Alongside him, we got a Foul Blightspawn. This guy is still very good. It's been like 8th edition bonkers, 9th edition bonkers, 10th edition still bonkers. So welcome back, buddy. Welcome to every list. And moving on to some battle line choices, we have a unit of Plague Marines with a focus on their bubotic weapons and just a couple plasma guns in there. They're very flexible in how they build, just like they were before, so everything is what you see is what you get on them, to keep it nice and simple. I'll have a unit of 10 Poxwalkers, and to join Typhus, a unit of 20 Poxwalkers as well. The rest of my list will include some demonic engines. We have 2 Fetid Bloat Drones with their mowers, the flesh mowers. I actually didn't look at any of the other weapons, I just flesh mowers. That's it. That's the only option. They're too cool not to use, and I'm sure a lot of you agree. In the form of other demonic engines, I have 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. They don't really look demonic in any way, shape, or form, but they are. They always have been, and I suppose they always will be. On their own, kind of whatever. But with the Lord of Virulence in the list, a lot more impactful, and we'll try and see if that actually matters in this game or not. And then the last element of my list, who will be joining the Lord of Virulence, we got 5 Blight Lord Terminators in this game. Just to kind of walk up the board and hopefully not die too bad.
Hello everyone, my name is Christian from Maryland in the US, and I am here with my sisters. Well, the bunker sisters, but yeah. Hey, I love me some sisters. Leading my army today is Morven Vol with a unit of Paragon suits with multi-meltas and maces. My other HQ is a Canoness, and I like the Cuddy Canoness, so she's got the Blessed Blade and the Blade of St. Eleanor upgrade. Next, I have 3 units of Battle Sisters. Love their new special rule for being on objective markers, getting miracle dice. That is 3 units of 5 with a multi-melta and a combi weapon on the Sister Superior. Other units include a unit of Sacrosands to protect my Canoness, a unit of 8 Sister Repentia that now comes with the Repentia Superior as part of the unit. Rounding out the list, we have an Exorcist for some backfield fire support.
And with that, let's go take a look at the mission we're playing today. It is an interesting one. Today's mission is intercepting a supply drop in a Crucible of Battle deployment. So we have 5 objectives, 1 in each player's deployment zone, and those deployment zones will be a different type of hammer and anvil as you go from middle of the long edge to the corner of the short edge for both players. Now, with supply drop, At the start of the battle, players are going to randomly select 2 different objective markers in No Man's Land, and again, there are 3 here. The first one selected is the Alpha objective. The second one randomly selected is the Omega objective. At the start of the 4th battle round, the Alpha objective is removed from the battlefield before any scoring. And then at the start of the 5th battle round, all objective markers are removed except for the Omega objective. That is where the supply drop will be landing. Now the way you score victory points, and again, you can only get up to 50 points in your primary for the supply drop here, is at the end of each command phase, you'll score 5 victory points for every objective marker they control in No Man's Land. That is important to note that the ones in your deployment zone literally don't matter at all other than the secondary mission cards. They give you nothing. In the 4th battle round, because the first objective will be removed, whoever's turn it is at the end of the command phase will get 8 victory points for each objective marker they control in No Man's Land, for a total of 16, because there's only going to be 2 left. And then in the 5th battle round, you'll get 15 victory points if you control the supply drop objective, which is the Omega objective. Again, not too sure which one's going to be, but you will be able to kind of plan out your turn ahead of time because you know when they will be removed and which one will be remaining. And again, the objectives in our deployment zones do not matter much. They still will for the secondary objectives, which you can get 40 points from, for a total of 90 between the 2 of them. And on top of all of that, there is also secret intel. We have spies and recon teams that have reported back with secret intelligence, allowing the players to better coordinate the next tactical move. Now, what that means is in this mission, in each player's command phase, the first time that player draws secondary mission cards that phase, that player can draw 1 additional secondary mission card and then discard one of their active secondary mission cards. This will allow us to better control what we're trying to accomplish on the secondary side of things. However, these decks is pretty thin. We're going to be burning through them pretty quick, and we might actually burn through them throughout this game by turn 4 if we're constantly using the secret intel here. And that's our mission for today. I actually am very pleased with this primary mission, and so far it is my favorite, though I will say it is miserable to set up. And here is the table that Christian and I will be playing on for today's game. It's a similar table that I had before. I changed up a couple of pieces here and there, but I figured mostly with the objectives being in different positions and the deployments being in different positions, it would change up the game quite a bit, I hope. And plus, I kind of like the setup I had here too. And I want to see how mechanically good only having a few ruins on the table is, and how much you need more and more ruins. This is more of a considered a test. We only have some ruins for the objectives in the middle, the objectives in our deployment zones. Not that we know where those are yet. Narratively, this is the attacking force coming into the defending force over here. Not that it matters too much in this regard, but you try and set up narratively, right? It looks like a little bit more fortifications over there. They can bunker down over there, and this is a little bit more sparse and a little bit more open on the attack approach. We are going to roll off now to see who is going to be the attacker and or the defender. You can keep the 5, so it's pretty much a 5. You, sir, have all the power. Do you want to be the attacker or the defender? This is the attacking side, the defending side, and the defender has to deploy first.
So I'm going to go attack.
You attack me?
Yeah, I'm going to attack you.
All right.
I'm going to root out your...
I've already been dug in some roots here.
Yes, I'm going to root you out with flame. I'm going to burn you heretics.
There we go. So I got some nasty chaos stuff going on over here. We've already attacked and established ourselves over here. And before we get any of those rituals off or any of our ambitions, the sisters have arrived to alleviate the now dead defenders of this area.
Yes.
So we'll
burn the heretics.
We'll be right back after we're done deploying our forces. All right, well, you guessed it, guys, we're back. The video didn't just randomly end there. I'm defending here, so I'm deploying over here as the defender. I went with a Lord of Virulence and Blightlord Terminators here with Poxwalkers behind. The idea is to push up. And again, we don't know where the Alpha or the Omega objective is yet. You do that at the start of the battle, which I assume is before we roll off to see who goes first or afterwards. It doesn't really matter. I'm sure there's a very specific point when that roll happens, but it shouldn't matter too much. Anyways, they're going to move up, take this objective, and they're going to have Poxwalker support if they choose to push forward. Now, I know we have sticky objectives as Death Guard, but there's also quite a bit of firepower coming down the table here. We have Morven Vol, the Suits, a couple of units of Sisters, and Rhinos as well. And then we have a Plagueburst Crawler here, Typhus and his Poxwalkers right front and center to push for the middle. And then we have Bloat Drone hiding behind this ruin, Bloat Drone hiding behind this ruin. And then we have Plagueburst Crawler, And then our unit of 10 Plague Marines with the 2 Fetid Virions. So we have the Plague Surgeon and the Foul Blight Spawn in the collection there. The Surgeon just brings his models back, or a single model back, and he gives the unit always fights first. So if they're charged, my unit fights first on the enemy turn, which is quite good. And then on the other side, what do we have over here, Christian? We got a Rhino with some Sisters in it. Are those their... Nope, that's just another unit of Sisters there.
Basic Sisters in that Rhino. Another basic squad sitting out here. Exorcist in the back. Another unit over here on the point. Squad of suits with Morven Vol. Repentia in here. And the Canoness and her squad of Sacrosancts are in that one.
Okay, and then nothing in reserve for yourself.
Nothing in reserve, just vehicles.
I got nothing in reserve either. So we are ready to start this game. We're going to go ahead and roll off to see who has to go first here. I'm just kind of panning around the table because I got to get one of my dice. I did it! I made it! Aha! And I roll a 6 against a 1. So it will be turn 1 for the Death Guard. Plus we have to see what these objectives are random too. So I'm going to roll for the... You know what? Why don't you go ahead and give me an alpha objective roll first. That'll be 1, 2, or 3 on a D3. Okay. So it's going to be 2. So that's the alpha objective. That one gets removed on turn 4. We'll put a die there for it. And then go ahead and do me a, thank you. Do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Omega. Okay, so this is the only objective that'll stick around. This is where the supply drop is going to happen. But that's not until turn 5. So a lot of the fighting is going to be over here. That one's removed on turn 5 at the start of it. This one's scored. This one's worth 15 victory points at the end of the game. Otherwise, they're all... So it's going to be 5. And then that one's removed, and then it's 8 each, and then that one's removed, and then this one's worth 15. And again, the ones in our deployment zones don't matter other than secondary mission cards. So we're ready to start this show. So good luck, have fun, woo! And we'll see how this plays out. On my first turn, because we have secret intel, I get to draw 3 cards and discard 1. This is going to allow both Christian and myself to score a good amount of secondaries, I suspect. Or, I mean, that's literally the intent of the card, so yeah, it should hopefully work out that way. Now, I draw Engage on all fronts, which is have units in 3 or 4 of the table quarters. And then I also drew Investigate Signals, which got me again this time. I could technically do it, but I don't like holding back my slow Death Guard forces, so probably gonna get rid of that one and then bring it down, which is score victory points for every vehicle or monster I kill. In this case, it'll be vehicles against the Sisters of Battle here. Now, I am gonna get rid of Investigate Signals. Again, it's doable, but I can get more points on Engage on all fronts, and I don't have to keep my army back, which I don't want to do with this list. Yeah, fully. Now, as for the rest of my command phase, not much is going on. Both Christian and myself are going to gain command points. And on top of that, at the start of my turn, we have to roll a miracle die for Christian and the Sisters of Battle. So they gain 1 miracle die every player turn. And what do we got? Bloop. It's a 6. That's a good start. In addition to that, if you are curious about the Sisters, you gain 1 every player turn, which is kind of dope. You start with 0. And every time one of your units is destroyed, you gain 1. And there are other means as well, like Sisters of Battle being on objectives. When does that pop off? At the end of your turn or start of command phase?
Command phase. End of the command phase.
Okay, so they have to be there the turn before, but in this case, nice. That works for every different objective that is controlled by essentially the battle line, the basic Sisters of Battle. We'll award extra miracle dice. And I think we're going to go right to moving. Just wanted to show this off a little bit before we go into it and explain the scoring. I'll be the enemy on the right. Those D10s are going to track the primary score, again, caps out at 50. And on the sides, we're going to have our secondary cards showing the amount they're worth and the up to 40 points total on them. Whoever has the most points at the end wins, and these are the command points, starting with 1 each. At the end of my command phase, I should note that this objective becomes infected and sticky. And sticky being the term, it's going to be under my control until Christian takes it away from me. And we don't have to worry about too much there. And some of my strats work better when I use them on units that are fighting on a corrupted or infected objective. Not only that, the objective provides, it's kind of a weird one because it's kind of redundant, but the objective itself also has a Contagion of Nurgle, which reduces the toughness of nearby enemies. But I would already do that if I had units on the objective, because like the second you show up on the objective, you take it and it's no longer infected. So it's a little pointless, but whatever. It still kind of works out. I'm gonna go right to movement. The goal is to get into some of the table quarters here. So I already have units in this table quarter, units in that table quarter. I have to get that unit into this table quarter though. That'll get me my 3 victory points for 3 table quarters. Might be 4 victory points because we're tactically playing with our objectives. I forgot to mention that earlier, but both Christian and myself decided to play tactical, not fixed objectives. And I'll pretty much always do tactical. That way I can kind of keep my games different and kind of keep my opponents on the, not on the ropes, but on their toes, and they're not too sure what I'm going to be trying to go for every turn. So I like that aspect of the game. Anyways, I will be right back after all of this has moved. It's all pretty much going to run, except the Plague Scrollers. And we have returned with some moves. Not very exciting, everything advanced except the Plague Mortar Crawlers, like I said. Advanced the Terminators, they went 4 or 3 extra inches, so a couple guys in cover, some moving on the objective. Doesn't get infected until the end of my command phase. They rolled a 1. So they didn't do very good. This Plague Burst Crawler moved forward in an attempt to get to here and get some line of sight on the rhinos, because I would love to kill a rhino for some victory points. However, couldn't draw a line of sight over this at all. So we backed him up a little bit, just keeping him there, but in a position to move around and get some shots later on. And then, ooh, actually I don't like that spot as much as I thought. I'm going to back it up just a little bit more to maybe get him some cover from this later on. Then the rest of this, so this more advanced to there, the one that was there advanced to here, and then Typhus and his Poxwalkers advanced forward, but not really getting to the objective. And then this Plague Burst Crawler drove its 10 inches out, and we are going to get some shots on this rhino over here with the entropy cannons. The only thing that sucks about this is these guys did not roll high enough on their advance to get, I had to be 3 inches away from this line to count as in this table quarter. Obviously, as you can see, we did not do so well there. So that means we're going to miss out on that secondary, but that's okay. It's B. The one side, I should have probably kept the 1. I knew it was a gamble on the advancer, but I wanted to mobilize my units forward and be aggressive with them, as opposed to keeping units back here for a couple of victory points. So I took a gamble. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt. Note here, if I lose this game by a couple of points, it's because I made a potentially bad decision in turn 1. That's their final position. We're going to go right to shooting. The only shooting I actually have is the Plague Burst Crawlers, because Typhus's Destroyer Hive or Eater Virus, the Eater Virus I believe is only 18 inches, too far away. The Eater Virus is really cool, so it is his psychic power. It's not really, it's kind of like an attack, but it's not using the attack sequence. His ability as he picks an enemy within 18 inches invisible. They take D6 mortal wounds on a 2-up and D3 plus 3 mortal wounds on a 6. On a 1, however, Typhus's unit takes D3 mortal wounds. And it is the Eater Plague, so if it kills non-vehicle, non-monster models, it actually brings Poxwalkers back to the unit. Zombies are, essentially, they die there and they join the zombie unit throughout the course of the game narratively, but they just bolster. I can only return slain models though, so I can't go over my unit size. And then the Poxwalkers themselves have that built into their melee attacks as well. They're infectious, so zombies doing zombie things. Anyways, that is going to bring us to shooting. I am going to start this off with this Plague Burst Crawler firing at that rhino. In doing so, Christian's going to pop Smoke, which is a new generic stratagem. It's called Smoke Screen. Everyone has it if you have the smoke keyword on your units. It gives you the benefits of cover, which you're kind of already getting because of the ruins. But more importantly, the stealth rule, which is -1 to hit. Starting with the entropy cannons, both miss. Didn't matter with the smoke or not. We launched a globule at you. It's D6 plus 3 shots, so it'll be 5. It's going to roll over here. For whatever reason, the dice tray does not interact well with my yellow and black dice. These are the hit rolls. 2 misses. It is lethal hits, which means that's just wounds. Because that's a lot of the Death Guard stuff. It's just lethal because of the plague weapons. And what's your 9 on a rhino?
9 on a rhino.
It'll be just the 2 wounds on it. And you get +1 on your save. And I'm only AP1, so back to your regular save.
So it'd be a 4-up?
Are you 3-up these? A couple saves, couple 3-ups, 2 damage. 8 remaining wounds. The only thing I have left to fire is the other Plague Burst Crawler over there, which I'll fire indirectly into you. You already have smoke popped and you're already in cover, so the indirect fire doesn't matter all that much. D6 plus 3. I know I said I wasn't going to roll on this, but here I am doing it anyways. 4. I hit twice, I think. 5s to wound because it's more of an anti-infantry thing. Okay, double fails there. You know what? That Rhino's got to do a battle shock check because I hit it with a plague burst mortar. And it's literally not gonna matter at all. But I just want to use my rule, I guess. Oh, you're battle shocked. It doesn't actually matter. It just means you count it as OCs. You can't control objectives with it until whenever, and then no strats. So we're good. We are done our turn. Sadly, getting no secondaries. Couldn't quite kill the vehicle, and we are not in the table quarters. Makes me wonder if I should keep the table quarter one, though, because I can just get the 3 points for it next turn. So for secondaries, I think I'm going to keep engaged on all fronts. And as much as I would love to keep bring it down, I do want to get rid of one of my secondaries to gain a command point. And if I keep bring it down, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to aggressively rush towards me and disembark everything, thus meaning I have to kill your tanks, which won't be valuable at all, or you'll just hide all your tanks. I suspect you do the first one, and then I'd have to put all my focus on the tanks for victory points, and then I'm being rushed by sisters. So I'm actually gonna get rid of that one completely to make it so I can have the option to shoot at those that rush at me, and then engage on all fronts is still gonna be worth 3 victory points on my next turn, unless I lose way too much stuff on either flank. And if that's the case, we got bigger problems.
My first secondary objective is assassination, which now is looking at the characters are on the table and as part of humongous units. That's not going to happen. Second one, tempting target. Think I will be getting rid of that. Luka chose the one right in front of all of his Terminators. My third one, deploy teleport homers. That one's potentially doable, sacrificing a Rhino to run up there and block off all of those plague things coming towards me.
In your turn, you'll gain a miracle dice. Go ahead and roll it right around here. You will gain another 6. All right, we got 2 6s in the bank there for miracle dice. Now, I have no idea if you have any other command phase things. I know the big named characters of the armies usually have like pick 1 of 3 things. I don't know if Morning Ball has that at all.
She doesn't. She just gives buffs. She rerolls hits and wounds for the unit that she's attached to.
That's pretty cash money. Okay, that's pretty good. That's
but she can only be attached to Paragon Warsuits.
Yeah. She's in a fancy suit herself. Stupid High Lord. Because it's the first battle round, we don't do any scoring for the primary mission of the objectives in the middle yet. However, a good to show that these objectives still do matter, at the end of the command phase, you'll gain 1 miracle die for every sister unit that is helping control one of your objectives, and this one does count. So 1 more miracle die for the pool, and a third 6 Thundercats. Now after that, really, we're right to the movement phase. So again, the goal is to have a unit perform an action or deploy a teleport homer over here, and then you could be a Rhino, which we'll probably end up seeing in a second, and kill literally any one of my characters or more for more points. But we're gonna go to the movement phase, and not a whole lot of action, so we'll be right back. Well, you know, while Christian's moving his things, I guess I'll give you an update on the command points. But the score is 0-0, because I sucked on my turn. Ugh. Okay, so the movement is done. We forgot the Holy Rhino Repair on that Rhino, so it's up to 9 wounds. Rhino Repair has never been as strong as it is in 10th edition. Every one of your command phases, you just heal a wound. I love it. And then, so yeah, that moved forward, then pooped out its ladies after it moved, so they're not able to move, but they can still shoot this turn.
Nope.
Oh wait, that was that one?
No.
That one there?
Yeah, they jumped out.
Yes. Oh yeah, that one.
And then this one ran up.
That one ran up there. What about that one over there?
These were sitting back here. These jumped out of here.
Gotcha. Yeah. So did that one move and then they jumped
Yes.
out? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So that one there. Then this one pooped them out and ran up that way. It's gonna do the action.
Yes.
Essentially to deploy a teleport over here, or at least like fire, like teleport on my signal kind of thing before I die, please. And then this one ran forward. Morgan Vol and her unit moved forward. The Exorcist stood still.
Yes.
And then these ones just kind of kept doing what they were doing. Okay, so we're gonna go right to shooting. Where do you want to start?
We're gonna start off with the Exorcist.
Oh.
Because it's gonna fire its heavy weapon at your Plague Burst Crawler. Because it's heavy.
It gets +1 to hit.
It gets +1 to hit. You are gonna get cover.
True.
But
and I'm sorry, just trying to show the line of sight. He does have line of sight. We have a little laser pointer to show it off. It was good there. And I think, what do you, do I want to try and, I have Cloud of Flies as a Death Guard strat. It's just, it gives me stealth. It's like popping smoke, but I don't have the smoke keyword. But I don't gain cover, I just gain stealth. Let me look at your profile. I might decide to do it. Realistically, the only other things that are going to be popping off at me with the multi-melter right there as well. I think, I'll use the command point. I'll try it out. I'll have a Cloud of Flies burst. Oof. Yeah, I'll do Cloud of Flies here just to try it out, I guess. D6 plus 2 shots. It's gonna be 8. It's a good thing I popped Cloud of Flies. They're normally hitting on 2s because it's heavy. And it is not currently indirect, so these are 3s because of Cloud of Flies. Every 2 is a saved hit. Okay, it's 4.
5s, right? Because I'm sure you're more than...
Yeah, we're T12 on this thing. So 5s. Okay, 2 of them. -2, I do have cover, so 4 ups. I'll make 1 fail 1. D6 damage. You're gonna make it a 6 with a miracle die. That's an act of faith. That's fair. Leaves you with 2 miracle dice left, both 6s. It's a heavy bolter as well. That's just the old Exorcist model. The new one has a heavy bolter hull mounted on the front. Also on range hit, they all hit because you'd be hitting on 4s with the -1, unless it's heavy. And heavy bolters are sustained hits. That's an extra hit. There's 4 in there. 6 to wound though.
Yeah.
1 key location. That's a damage. Nice. Or 2 even. It's a damn good thing I popped Cloud of Smoke. This guy's got 4 wounds left. Now, none of the Death Guard stuff has damage reduction anymore. It does as a strat in melee, but you have to look at the Death Guard a little differently. They had all of those defensive stats last edition because of how killy it was and how devastating it was. Now you're kind of just playing the points for Marines with different war gear, lower, you're about the same points as other Marines, I would assume, ish. I haven't looked at anything at all. We're just playing with the 9th edition rules, but your higher toughness, lower movement, different war gear. That's kind of it. The next unit to fire is going to be the one that disembarked from the Rhino here. The Multi-Melta is going to crack shots into the Plague Burst Crawler. And then the rest of the unit with the bolt guns are going to fire into the Plague Marines. And the Superior has a combi weapon. Again, combi weapons, you don't care if they're Flama, Melta, anything like that. It just is a different profile than a combi bolter. Combi bolters are better at killing like little chaff guys, little tiny gribblies, and then combi weapons are generally a little bit better and typically more useful. And they're good at killing like elite, like Marines and stuff. Things of a higher caliber.
Yeah.
Multi-Melt is hitting on 5s because of the Cloud of Flies. Ooh, it helped. Next up, we'll do the combi bolter, or combi weapon. This is within 12, so 2 shots.
2 shots, hitting on 4s.
Why do they hit on 4s? Well, I guess maybe it's because it's a combi weapon. Oh, because it's a combi weapon, because you're firing both parts, it'd be -1 to hit, that's right. Anyways, they both hit. Wounding on 4s, and every 4 to wound is a mortal wound, because it's devastating wounds, and anti-infantry. So that's a single mortal wound. Put the wound back there, and then we have some of the bolt guns coming this way as well. And these are 3s, I assume.
2 hitting on 3s from, well, 2 hitting on 4s from her, because it's the combi.
Right. That's just the bolt gun parts. Yeah, so the big difference for combi weapons is last edition, the thing to adjust to is you used to fire the bolter and the combi variant. Now it is simply like a weapon that is combi weapon. You just do 2 shots with it. You don't get the bolter part, and you're always assumed to be shooting both parts at -1, but you do the mortal wounds to infantry, which is the kind of the catch to a regular bolter. It's typically better. We have the bolters, the regular ones, a couple shots, a hit.
And then 5s to wound.
Yeah, that's a wound. That'd be a... Oh, that guy's got to take it, so he is going to be okay with the 6. This thing's got a Storm Bolter, but it is hurt and below starting strength, so it actually gets +1 to hit from the detachment rule the sisters get. This is the one, if your unit is below its starting strength, single models are below its starting strength without 1 missing wound, you get +1 to hit. If you are at half strength or below half strength or something, you're +1 to wound. So +1 to hit, +1 to wound if you're at your like most dire. All right, let's see what this Storm Bolter does. Should be 3s to hit and 5s to wound. Or 2s to hit, sorry. I just the +1 to hit thing I immediately forgot about. And 5s. 1. Same guy's got to take it, and he's okay. Then the Hunter Killer was going to the tank. All Rhinos have a Hunter Killer now for free. Is this still 1 use?
1 use.
Yep. All right, bring it on. Hooey! It misses. It's the next squad's turn, firing the Multi-Melta over to here. The Combi Bolter on the Superiors this way, and 1 more bolt gun also this way. Do the Melta first?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got. Hitting on 4s, 5s actually.
5s.
Because the smoke, snake eyes. Okay, that doesn't help. And then the Combi Bolter over here, couple. It might only be 1 shot because it's rapid fire 12. Yep. So 4 to hit, miss. All right, and then the 1 bolter on a 3. Yes, it does hit, and does it wound? Yes, and it does not put that Plague Marine down. Well, that's it for shooting over here. You gotta roll better than double 1s on your important shots to work for the sisters. Over to this side, we have Morven Vol, as well as the Paragon Warsuits and some bolters.
The only thing we have in range are the grenade launchers, which are actually strength 9 now. Single shots.
All right. And they're all into the Terminators?
All into the Terminators.
All right, good luck, lads. Whee. I assume they all hit.
Yep, all hits.
T6.
Strength 9.
3s to wound. That is a single wound. Would you like to reroll any of these?
Well, because they're attached to Morgan Ball, she
then
gives them all hits. Rerolls hits and reroll wounds.
And okay, another wound then. What's the AP of that? You're -2. I want to be taking some of these saves on guys in cover behind this thing. So they'll have 3 up save against it. First one. Ooh, how much damage? D3?
D3.
You can kill a guy. I don't want to lose any of these guys. I will. Is there any more shots coming from that unit over here?
Morgan Ball.
Her shots himself, right? Yeah. I'll let you roll up the damage. I'm going to try and hold all my command points. I don't need to re-roll just for a single Terminator. I get greedy. I like my... Go ahead and roll it. I get greedy for my Terminators. 1 damage.
That's why.
All right.
Trust your gut.
Yeah. I put so much value in like a single Terminator, and I don't know why. I want to keep them alive no matter what. I think I just really like... I personally just absolutely love the idea of a Terminator, and I don't like to see them die. So I do anything I can to keep them alive, and I gotta chill and not do that. Couple wounds left on this Blade Lord back here from the cover. The first one, I do owe another one. Okay, we passed that second one. Now, Morven Ball. She's got her fancy missiles, hitting on 2s. No need to reroll. 3s to wound. And rerolling if needed, because she is leading the unit. Boom. These are -2?
-2. These are D6.
Okay, first one, 3 up. That's a pass. Second one, that's a pass. Oh, taco cats for days. A fancy heavy bolter. Boom. All are gonna hit. And these are 4s to wound, but re-rolling if needed.
Very needed.
Okay. And, oh, wow, only 1 goes through. Cover guy. He's okay. Just bouncing off the Terminator plate.
Bolter would be 2 shots.
Stormbolter this way should be 2 shots. Yep, 2 shots there, and the Hunter Killer missile is going to go this direction as well. Should do the Hunter Killer first. Yeah, probably.
Here it goes on a 3. Oh my gosh.
My gosh, how have you missed every shot? I mean, there's Miracle Dice, but you don't use Miracle Dice on the hit rolls. If everyone's like, why don't you use Miracle Dice? No, you save those for damage, but you have to hit first. That's what's happening here. Yeah. Okay, well, the Bolter, I hit. And a 5 to wound? No. All right. Jeez. Well, with that in mind, this is the only Rhino to not fire because it's currently deploying a teleport homer, or signaling to its own location, and it completes at the end of this turn here. Because I assume there's no charging. You're not going to be charging.
No.
Yeah, not necessarily a sister thing. Well, I mean, with Repentia and stuff, but they're not available yet. They're not here yet. Are there Repentia there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's
yeah, the Repentia Superior sitting up there.
So they want to charge.
Whip.
They want it. These definitely want to charge, but not yet. And this will award you 3 victory points for deploying teleport homers because it is a tactical objective. Normally it's only 2 points if it's fixed. And I assume you're going to be getting rid of assassination.
It's gone.
Bye-bye assassination, allowing you to gain a command point going up to 2 and going up to 3 as we go to the next battle round. I'll be going up to 3 as well, and now we can score points. The only thing is I'm only on 1 of them. So it's only worth 5 points. I was a little shy on Typhus's advance, and they didn't really ever have a chance to get there, but I mean, they'll push for it later. I gotta make sure the sisters don't score it on the upcoming turn though, as we go to the second battle round for the Death Guard, and my Contagion aura is a little bit wider of -1 toughness. I'm assuming, yeah, that's their thing. Against the sisters, not really relevant because they're already kind of soft, but yeah. So I still have engaged on all fronts from the previous turn. I'm going to work towards that this one, get a few victory points for it. We draw into no prisoners, which is 2 victory points every time you kill a unit, up to 5. So I have to kill 3 units to max that one out. And the third card I drew, because of intel, was deploy teleport homer. I'm right away just going to get rid of that one. I don't care to do that one at all. I'll do engage on all fronts and no prisoners this turn, I suspect. As we go to my command phase, I don't have any battle shocks to do. I will use a command point on, I think it's called Sanguinous Flux on this vehicle. So any one of my units can heal D3 wounds. And this is where I kind of wish I kept it. Well, I kind of had to move it forward to try and go for that, bring it down. I'm going to be slinking back here this turn to near the infected objective. Because if you use the strat on a unit, that is near an infected objective, it heals 3 instead of D3, which is nice. I'm still going to use it here to try and heal a D3. Let's go the Sanguous Flux. I heal 1. Back up to 5. We are going to go to the end of the command phase, where I am going to infect that objective over there. It'll be sticky. And I score 5 victory points for that one objective in No Man's Land. And that is about it. And Christian gets a miracle die. So what do we have here? You get a 1. Sure. And bam, there we go. So I've got to pop a few of these vehicles, keep pushing forward, and hope for the best. We're going to go right to the movement phase. I'm going to move all of this forward. I'll show you where it ends up. All right, really not all that much. I was hoping to move the Blight Lords back a little bit, keeping these 3 models in range of the objective, and then having the Poxwalkers advance in front of them, but the Poxwalkers didn't roll high enough. So that's where we're going to hold. I don't want to push onto this flank without reinforcements, so I need a little bit more support coming in. I got to pop this vehicle and shoot the contents inside and have this bloat drone start coming this way as well before I really commit. But I will move. I'm going to move the bloat drone and these. I'm going to move all of this, and I'll show you where it ends up. All right, so some of the moves, he advanced 2 just to get back behind this to get some cover. Our Plague Burst Crawler did slink back towards the objective, so if he's not killed next turn, he can start healing 3 wounds a turn for a command point. But I suspect he won't live forever because there's Exorcists that could peg him. Let's go more that way. I don't know if it matters. This thing moved 10. They moved their 5 up to put threats over here. Typhus and his unit move forward to try and take the middle for the Death Guard or stake claim to it. And that is about it. We're going to go right to the shooting phase. I will start with this Plague Burst Crawler. I'm going to fire everything into that lad. That rhino right there. I do want to crack it open to get the contents out of it so I can shoot with some combi weapons. However, that's going to be a little difficult. Though we can draw a line of sight to the target with the Lord of Virulence. So I believe it's only for the blast weapon. It ignores cover and gets +1 to hit. Think about popping smoke?
Absolutely. It's got to survive.
True. All right, so you'll go down to 2 command points. Oh, I should probably also show the score off and everything. I got 5 points. Current score, you have 3 on secondaries. I have 5 on primary, and we're at the same command points currently because you just popped smoke. We will do the entropy cannon, so you gain stealth and the benefits of cover. So the entropy cannons are just hitting on 4s. Okay, they're lethal hits. They wound. What's the matter? You can't roll 6s like me.
AP?
Ooh, have cover. So 5 ups because these are AP 3.
Roll 1 at a time and then use a miracle dice if I need to.
Indeed, I get that. First one, fail. So you can see the damage first. It's going to be 6 damage. So I assume that's going to be a miracle die. Oh, let's see. We have a 6 and a 1 left, right? Yeah, we'll use a 6 to pass the second one. It would have been 3 damage. So good save. 4 remaining wounds, and I got to do the blast, which would be D6 plus 3. 5 hits. Well, 5 shots. We're back to hitting on 2s because of the stealth. That is 3 wounds because of lethal hits. 2 misses, and this wound's on a 5 or something. Oh. You're making me look bad here, boys. Available in the MiniWarGaming shop. This is only -1, but it has the ignore cover trait because of that guy. So 4 ups. That is... It will do enough damage to kill it unless you want to reroll one of those. Or take the death. Rhino death. I have commie bolters that can fire at it, but that's only on 6s to wound. It'll do mortal wounds. That's about it. The only other thing that could threaten is that guy can fire indirectly with all the bonuses this guy provides. So you'd ignore cover, but I wouldn't ignore the +1 to hit. It'd be hitting on like 4, so it's still a lot of shots. So it's up to you. You want to do a hypothetical reroll?
Sure.
Oh, you would have lived. That's okay. It just means I would have put shots over there and you're down a command point. But Deadly Demise. Let's see. Does it pop off? Do I hit something critical? It's a 1. No, it ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. There we go.
Every die that's rolled in there is a 1.
That's where they stay now. They have to disembark up. Well, they don't have to disembark up on the building, but they can because it's all wholly within 3 of the top corner of the Rhino. We got to roll 10. Is there only 8 of them?
9 total.
9 total. We have to roll 9 dice. Every one is a mortal wound on the unit. That's the new change from the disembarking. It's a lot more lenient than it used to be. And look for 1s. Well, you're not, but I am. Do they have a feel no pain or anything like that?
They do.
Oh, there
5
you go.
of feel no pain.
Roll it up. They love... Oh, no, that one does not love the war. Okay. One of them dies to the disembarkation. She runs out screaming, on fire, says for the Emperor once, and goes down. And when we said 9, and there's only 8 showing, we forgot to put the 9th one down. That one is now dead, and that's who's left. 1 kill for no prisoners. The rest of the shots are wasted because they would just go into the wreck of the exploded rhino. Let's go ahead and move on to these guys, firing whatever they can into the Repentia. We'll have the 3 combi bolters and the blight launcher fire up to the 2nd level of the building up there to try and keep their heads down and do some damage to them. Blight launcher has 2 shots, lethal hits. They both land hits, and these are strength 6, so 2 wounds. -1, but you're in cover. Right to their Shield of Faith, 6 up invulns. They'll have a 7 up armor save. They are literally wearing no armor. All right, so these are 6s. There's 2 of them. Bloop, bloop, bloop. They are 2 damage each, so you have to make 2 feel no pains per.
All right, first one.
First one. Nope. And
Second
second one. Oh, close. So we just bombard the area a little bit, and 2 die. Then 3 combi weapons on 4s, because it's a combi weapon. 2 hits, because they're not -1 to hit. And these are anti-infantry 4. That is 2 wounds that are also mortal wounds afterwards. So, yeah, combi weapons are pretty nasty against infantry. 2 6-up invulns. Boom, boom, boom. And then you have 2 feel no... You pretty much have 4 feel no pains for 4 different models dying because of the way mortal wounds work after the... Oh, wait, no, they're... My bad, I cheated. Those are mortal wounds instead of their normal damage. Okay. So that's just 2 die. Wait, did you make feel no pain there?
No.
Oh, so then just 2 die. That's it. 2 do go down there. Sorry, I described that poorly for the people watching. I said 2 mortal wounds in addition. No, the devastating wound is... It does a mortal wound and the attack sequence ends on the wound roll. So I'm thinking of Sigmar, I think. I was just brain fart. Anyways, 2 die. 2 ladies die because you rolled a 1 and a 4, and there's the feel no pain 5 up?
5 up.
Gotcha. Okay. That's it for them. They did do some pretty good firepower to them. I would love to keep putting them down. I am going to move on to something else completely. We're coming to this side of the battlefield. I got to clear this out of the way. It's a little annoying. So I'm going to have my Plague Burst Crawler fire into it, I guess, just to try and get it out of here. And this crate's going to give you a little bit of cover as well. And I can't see from the Lord of Virulence to this because there's wall, models, crates. There's enough layers of stuff in the way that I can't see it. So we're going to go ahead and just work on our own. And then the slugger is going to target it because that's all I can see. And then the mortar is going to pew onto the Sacrosanct unit. I'll do the mortar last. We'll do the entropy cannons first. We got a lethal hit and 1 actual hit. It also wounds. So 2 wounds on the Reno. I'm rolling way too well right now. 5 ups because you have cover. Christian. My God. Any rerolls or just gonna eat it? Just gonna eat it?
Yeah, gotta eat it.
All right, so it's gonna be 5, 8 damage. Oh, he's got 1 wound left. That's not bad. And the slugger, we have a couple of misses. And no strength 5, your armor 9? 10?
No, 9.
Oh, that's 1 wound then. You need 1, but you have cover, so back to a 3 up.
I'm totally rolling your dice.
That works for me. Okay. You're past. All right, over to here with the Plague Burst Mortar. It's going to be D6 plus 4, because you have more than 5 or more models in your unit. So it's going to be 7 hits. Well, 7 shots. It's going to hit you on 4s because it's indirect. I missed twice. And wound once because it's lethal. These are 2s to wound normally, but because they're a proper bodyguard unit when they're actually protecting a character. In this case, a canoness. It's -1 to wound them, so 3s. All right, well I'm just going to go ahead and rock your world 5 times. These are only AP 1, and you have the benefits of cover both because you're benefiting from them naturally, and it's indirect out of line of sight. All 3 up saves. You're going to fail 2 of them. They're 2 damage each, so I don't know if that does. Yeah. Just kills 2 of them, I guess?
Yeah, just kills 2.
Goodbye, ladies. All I really did was give them +1 to hit because they're below their starting strength, but we're working on it. Now, granted, it's +1 to hit, but they also have a lot less attacks now. There's that. And that does remind me, or us, Christian brought it up, this rhino, when it died, you get a miracle die. And that's going to be another 6. At least you're getting 6s in miracle dice. Just an update on the current miracle dice. Thundercats. All right. Mortar. Yep. Did the mortar. Hit them. Oh, they have to do a battle shock check. That's like a thing with the mortars. I don't even know. Let me check one thing. All right, there's no real point in taking the battle shock check because it'll go away in your next command phase. It's only worth doing if I plan on attacking them with further units and other things. So or if they're on an objective, you could battle shock them, and so they don't count towards the objective. That's kind of screwing up victory points. But that is not the case anywhere here. So there's no point in actually checking for that. But something to keep in mind. It's like good practice to do it so you help yourself remember, but I'll try and keep it in mind for later. Anyways, that slugger, wait, no, that was that guy over there who fired. That's all, we're all done that. Everything's done because they killed that rhino with the other one. Correct. Brings us to Typhus and the Plague Marines here. So we are gonna have, they don't have a whole lot. They got plasma guns out the wazoo. There's, well, three plasma guns. One wound left on this rhino here. So I would like to take them out, except, but I don't want to kill too many of the sisters off. But the problem is if I charge the sisters, then I'm worried about charging off of the objective because he can't stay back on the charge, right? So I have to kind of hold where I am. Typhus is gonna throw his Eater Plague out. I'm very tempted to put it at this rhino just to essentially pop it, just to get those more wounds off on it, but I'm gonna be greedy and put it on these sisters here to put some pressure on you here. So it's gonna be, I roll a d6, on a 2-up, I conjure the Eater Plague, on a 1, I essentially perils. Ooh. That's a big Eater Plague. I don't know what's going on with these dice, guys. They're like way too, they're I will admit they are especially spicy today. This is a little much. So it's gonna be
Spicy tacos.
D3 plus 3 mortal wounds on you. That's a, Jesus, come on. Like, what is going on? Stop it! What is happening? That's 6 mortal wounds. The unit is just dead. They just died of the Eater Plague. Now, because if they were wounded, I would return 5 models back to this unit from the Eater Plague, because it's like a psychic power that infects them with the zombie virus. That's a miracle die. You gained a 4. All right, it's going to join this little pool up here. Okay.
Never mind.
I am then going to go ahead and fire this unit next. I'm going to put the spew gun. I'm actually just going to put all the shots into the sisters, and then I'll just charge this thing. I guess that makes the most sense. It will start with the plasma guns. I'm not going to bother supercharging them. All those ladies are going to be in cover. Not a bad roll. They're just 3s to hit, 2s to wound because it's strength 7. 3 saves at -2, but you're in cover. 4. He went for my dice again. 4 ups. Kills 1. Who's it going to be? Boop. And then we got the Foul Blade Spawn. A D6 automatic hits because it's Torrent. 1. It's anti-infantry 2. And ignores cover. I mean, it'd be wounding on a 2 anyways. It's a T3 on a lady. Should be 4 up, maybe a 5 up if I'm maybe 2. Doesn't matter, you're good. That is it for my shooting. We are gonna go on the charging, and that is gonna be, we'll start with Typhus charging this rhino. I only have 1d6 in front of me, so I'm gonna roll this twice. 3 and 6, they go 9. That's how they're gonna charge. They all have to get into base contact if they can. Those who can't, just try to get into combat with it, and can't stand on the objective, so that's why they're looking funny like that. Let's have this Foul Blight Spawn declare charge against the Rhino and the Sisters of Battle. I only say that because the Rhino's going to be in the way, so I kind of had to declare it as the target. Would you like to Overwatch or anything like that? Nope. Let's see what you get, Big Dumb Flyboy. 3. Well, I got to push this advantage. I'm in a pretty good spot, so I might as well command point reroll that. I probably need like a 6, so I'll go down to 1 command point and roll, an even worse roll. So he's good to chill there. I wonder. I'm going to be greedy with these Plague Marines and declare both as the target as well. Let's see what they get. They're going to roll an 8. More likely to make it in. It does make it in contact with several of them. Though the Rhino eats up most of the base contact. Only really getting only 2 of them are actually able to fight the Sisters. The rest have to attack the Rhino. But it kind of gets what I want somewhat. So we'll try and make it work. And I think that's it for charging. Well, we might as well fight first here. There's no piling in. Everything's kind of in base contact or where it needs to be. So we are going to fight first. I'll do these 2 attacking the Sisters and the rest into the Rhino. The Champion's Heavy Plague Weapon hits on 4s with lethal hits. You better believe there's a hit in there. 6. There's always going to be a 6. So 2 wounds on him at -2, I think. 5s. Kills 2. That's from the Champion. And then I'll have Bubotic Weapons to attack with afterwards. And the Bubotic Weapons are 2 hits with... These are strength 5 and you're down to toughness 2, so 2 wounds at -2. So losing the multi-melt on the 1 and then 2 more 5-up saves. 1, the superior's left alive. Boop, and then the rest of the attacks into the Rhino. gonna get the heavy plague weapons out of the way. I have 4 in the unit. I got 1 in the flail, the cleaver is another heavy one. The other flail and the mace of contagion from last edition. I'm playing as a heavy weapon as well, which is up there. Okay, I'll just get them out of the way first. It'll be 12 attacks from the heavy plague weapons. No lethal hits. We do reduce the toughness of the rhino down to 8. So he wounded on 4s, which mattered. 3 wounds. For -2, 2 damage. So, oh, nope, he's dead. The deadly demise on a 6. Do I hit something critical? Nope. No. I know, I got lucky there. Oh boy, we're killing. That's another miracle die though. Oh, and another one for them dying. You might as well roll. Oh, we already rolled a 4 for them. That unit that died here to the psychic power, that was a 4. But that rhino dying. For this rhino dying, you get a 3. Okay. Not bad at all. I have Typhus to attack with up there. I'm hoping he does it on his own. None of the Poxwalkers can pile in from where they are because they're all in base contact or where they need to be. And yeah. He is going to strike right at the side of that rhino, hitting on 2s. And these are 3s to wounds because we reduce your toughness by 1. 3 wounds, -2. 5 ups. That is 9 damage from Typhus in 1 sweep. I should say strike. Sweep is the other profile. I gotta roll the Poxwalkers. I hate that for me. All right, so 18 of them are going to attack. 36 attacks that are lethal hits. I'm going to do 18 at a time. All right, here's the first half. We got 5 wounds because they're lethal. They know where to put their hands. Years of practice here, folks. These all kind of hit, but don't. Well, okay, another wound. So we got 6 wounds on the first one. Roll that up. So on a single 1 or 2. Okay, does it explode? And
give your life to the Emperor.
Not even close. Just and then miracle die. You're gonna have so many, dude. It's great. 3. Okay. And then they can consolidate a little bit more around the objective, so I don't know if I want to. They could try and engage these guys, but oh no, they're not going to consolidate. Let's keep them just like that. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Okay, well, that was an outstandingly good turn for the... Oh, you get to fight back with the lady over there. She does get +1 to hit and wound, though. I am going to cheat a little bit and take this opportunity to consolidate. I forgot to after I popped the rhino. It's not much, they just have to get closer to her. Essentially like that going towards them, but keeping a, well, not keep, they moved forward towards her, but they end up still within 3 of the objective. For the most part. And now she attacks back with her power weapon. Scary, scary power weapon hitting on 2s probably. Ooh.
No, 3s? Yeah, Battle Sisters normally hit on 4s.
Oh, that's right, melee. Yep. So it wounds. Or it hits. Now it does a wound.
Yeah. Wound on 4.
Nice, because of the +1. Nah, that's a 1. Classic, that's a very Christian roll. Okay, that is it for my turn. I will call it a success. I score engage on all fronts for 3 table quarters. This table quarter, this table quarter, and that table quarter. That is only worth 2 victory points normally, but because it's a tactical objective, we're playing tactical, right? That's not fixed, that's right.
That's correct.
It's worth 3. And then I killed 4 or 5 units, 2 victory points per unit, but I can only cap out at 5. So I got
definitely got 5.
Definitely got my 5 points on no prisoners.
First secondary objective is no prisoners. That's gonna be challenging, getting points for killing things. Storm hostile objectives. Well, there's big presence, 3 big bricks on 3 center points. That'll be challenging, but that's doable. Last one, capture enemy outpost. I don't have the mobility to get there, so I will be ditching capture that enemy outpost.
All right, that works. At the start of Christian's turn here for the sisters, we're going to roll a d6 for a miracle die. We're going to gain another one. Right, another 6. Thundercat. We got another one for the end of the command phase for them on an objective. Another 3. We're getting quite a bit of miracle dice. We're going to have to start using them for like generic things here just to push, just to get some value. We're only on the 2nd turn, so it's not too bad, but the Death Guard are in a pretty prime position. But if we get hit pretty hard here, that could be pretty suspect. Otherwise, we have to do a battle shock roll for them, I think, and that sister over there. We're going to start with that sister superior. That's pass. They're good. These ones up here, though, I don't know what they are. They're 8's probably good. Yeah. Just wanted to show another update. Since the last one is quite a bit more miracle dice here, for better or worse. And unfortunately for the scoring, I do have control over the objectives that award victory points on the primary. This was a very Death Guard oriented mission. So far with the just giant thick bricks on objectives, hard to push through. And let's get an update on the score. We're going to go into the movement phase here for the Sisters of Battle. We're going to show you where they end up. Just a quick update on the score. I am running away with points a little bit here. I'm at 13 currently. The cards that aren't marked with dice, there's just always 5 victory points. Anything marked is higher or lower than 5. So 8 plus 5 for 13 to Christian's 3 currently. All right, Christian, so what happened with some of these moves here?
Well, we're doing what we can to try to take care of something in the middle. We've got some Repentia going to be jumping down from the building here, coming on this flank. Our more bricky unit with the 4-up invuln coming on this bank with the Canoness. We're almost just giving up this. But we're going to put some shots into there and to the Blight drone, but we're doing what we can there.
And then she tactically retreated.
Tactically retreated, kind of scooping around the side, hoping that nobody realizes that she's gone.
Yeah.
Over on this side, Morvenn Vahl and her buddies are pushing up towards the objective that's going to be a lot of points at the end of the game.
Yeah, this one I'm not loving this fight from my side. This is definitely my weak flank, and this is going to blow right through. So I have to like just keep kind of falling back slowly while you keep pushing up on them, and I can't. And I have to keep putting pressure on them. So I'm hoping this fight and that one, well, that one's going to go well for me, I suspect. But like, hopefully this one goes well for me, and I can reinforce this further, or just consolidate in the middle and that side there. And hopefully that'll be enough points, so when I eventually lose this one, it won't hit me that bad. We are going to start shooting off over here, though.
All right, some incidental fire. We're going to start off...
Sorry, the Inferno Pistol. I cut the camera like a dummy accidentally.
All right, we're going to start off by the Canoness firing her Inferno Pistol, hitting on a 2. Hits.
That's a good start.
Wounding on a 2.
That's a bad follow-up.
The Superior's Inferno Pistol. Hits on a 2.
There we go. No save, just roll up the damage. It's melt as well. I got a 5 of Feel No Pain, but I guess I'll roll.
That'll be 3 damage?
3 damage, yeah. Look at that. Oh, I made 2 of them. I still lose a Poxwalker. Who wants to die this day? Blah!
And a couple of bolt pistols.
Pistols? Okay.
Which, because the cannon is in there, they get rerolls to hit.
They might have been hitting on 2s anyways because of your martyr.
Right. Yep. And then...
I'm T4. So that's a wound there on the 6.
Yeah, I'm not below
half, yeah.
+1 to wound. Okay, so 1.
Just no
AP,
damage.
just 1 damage.
Feel no pain. What a surprise. Another doctor. Okay. Next up, this sister unit up in the ruins is going to fire through the windows and everything. Just like 9th edition, if you're in the ruins, you can shoot out of them and be shot at. It's like on the sides of it where you don't get targeted. The multi-melt is going to go that way. Mm-hmm. All right, what do you want to start with?
Melta.
Melta! Should be 4s.
No, she stood still.
Oh, is it heavy? That's right, so 3s, yeah. So 1 miss, 1 hit, and a 3 to wound. Actually, Mick 2 is not going to do it.
Of course.
Always off by just a little bit.
I think I'm out of 12, so it'll be just single shots.
Oh, yeah, the single taps. So for this one here, these 2 are not in rapid fire range, but those 2 are at the Marines. Not the Marines, Boxwalkers. One of those is a combi, so.
Yeah, we'll do the combi first.
On 4s. Yep, that's a typical roll from my man Christian here. Man.
4.
And we got 4 bolter rounds. Boom, 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 boom. That is 3 hits. That is outstanding, sir. 4s to wound the Poxwalkers. And that is 3 wounding hits.
There we go.
Okay, no armor,
that.
no save on them. And feel no pains. Okay, 1 dies. Blah. Next up, we have the Exorcist. What are we thinking?
Big shots into your bloat drone and the heavy bolter into the Marines.
All right, and because it didn't move, it will be firing a +1 to hit with the organ gun. And I flew him with the intent of charging, but didn't quite make the charge. Just kind of stuck out in the open and drawing line of sight to him, no problem, and he doesn't get cover either. I wonder if I should pop a cloud of flies to make it so he hit on 3s. It kind of worked really well last time, but he's also my mobility. He's kind of clutch. And I don't think the other option is popping Cloud of Flies against their shots, but they have full rerolls to hit, so it's actually not gonna do much at all. So I guess Cloud of Flies are gonna burst from under his armor plates. Shots is it gonna be?
D6 +2.
So 3! Could reroll that if you wanted to.
With a command point.
Yeah, it would cost a command point. You got 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Get some bang. There you go. 3s to hit with the cloud of flies, intercepting some of the missiles.
Come on, no 2s.
No 2s? Nice.
There
That's
we go.
very different than last time. These are 3s to win because it's rank 10. And 3. Right to my demonic involved save. Ooh, we're gonna fail all 3 of them. Oh, so you actually probably killed it. What you can do is do 2 first and see if you need the 3rd one. Yeah, for the miracle die. So the first 2 damage. Boom, 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 boom. He's dead. Let me check. Yeah, you don't. Oh, nice. Got the 6 anyways. He's one. He does die. Deadly demise. Blow him to smithereens. A 3 though. He's okay. The whole area is peppered in missiles. And done. And we have the heavy bolter to resolve still. Not bad. Not bad. All right. So the heavy bees for Joe. 2 hits, I guess.
2 hits.
And 4.
Strength 5.
That's a wound. -1. The guy who's wounded is not in cover. He is now dead. He gets 1 stray bolt around. After that impressive display, we come to Morven Val's unit now, who are just going to hammer shots into these Terminators. I'm going to resolve the Meltas first.
All right.
So we got the 3 multi-Meltas hitting on...
Multi-Meltas, 3s.
3s.
With rerolls from Morven Val.
All right. So far, the -1 to hit wouldn't have really mattered. It was a single 3 there, but boom, boom, boom. All right. Roll me that. I got to know. It wouldn't have mattered. Bless. I was curious if I popped it over here, if it would have mattered or not. So far, no.
So
3s.
3s.
With a reroll. Oh, it's a good thing you got her in there. Consistency.
2s for days.
There we go. So that's 4 saves. Starting with this guy in vulnerable saves. Fails that one. I'm not going to reroll this, so D6 damage.
Am I within
9? No.
I'm within 12. Oh, you're right.
18, yeah. They nerfed him to 18.
Multi-Meltas. All right.
That's a dead guy. All right, next one. That's a pass. Next one is a pass. The last one is a pass. So that one melted just bounces most off the cataphractii plate, but this one goes down. Okay, and then we have the
Grenades.
Grenade launchers. All right, these are hitting on also 3s with a reroll. Okay. And all right, 1 miss. And
3s.
with a reroll. There we go. 1. -1.
-2.
-2. That guy will eat that one. He is A-okay because he's got a 1-up save with the cover.
All right, we're going to do Fidelis.
Fidelis. I assume 2s.
2s.
With a reroll. Oh, yeah. Everything's a struggle right now. 3s to wound. With a reroll.
Should be 4s.
Oh, so
it's
strength 6. Oh, okay, 2 of them though.
2.
There you go, 2 wounds. AP.
-1.
-1. All right, that guy's going to take him. He's going to go back to 2s. 2, Taco Cat, and a 4. That's right, that was the heavy bolter. That's why I was like, wait, what? I thought now we're doing the missile shoulders.
Yep.
2s. And 3s.
Yeah, strength.
Reroll. That is 1 more. EP 2. We are not okay. How much damage? D6.
How many wounds do they have?
3. Oh, I get a... Bye-bye.
You get a miracle die. Woo!
You can use the 3 for that
kill
one?
it. Yeah.
Boom. He dies. That'll be for shooting. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start charging here?
We'll do the dramatic one for last.
Last one? Okay. Over to
Let's
here.
do the Canonist with the Sacrosanct.
Bring it on. Good enough. They charge in bravely. The Repentia declaring charge as well. Much better. A 7. Charging up and around, getting in contact over there. Okay. Well.
Now, the big one.
I can't remember what... I wanted to go back further, but I didn't want to give up control of the objective. So that's about as far back as I could go. It's a 10-inch charge. Do you get any bonuses to it, or are you just looking for 10? All you can use a miracle die. It's 6 and a 4. Yeah.
So here's the thing. New miracle die can only use a single die.
That's the thing. Yeah. You can no longer be like, all right, here's my 10. Guaranteed. You still have to risk it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will take a 6.
All right. We're going to use one of the 3 6s, and we're going to roll a 50-50 here.
Yep, here it is.
They go 12. They're in. I don't have the second command point to keep them that much live, too. Forgot about the miracle die thing.
Yeah.
I should have kept that in mind. That's on me. That's okay. You got to have something good going here, too, right? So 10-inch charge just like that. 2 get into base contact, and then they're able to fight from behind, avoiding the objective, as long as they're base contact with them. So my guys have got a hold. We'll try. We're going to go ahead and do this fight last. And with that, we're going to go to the fight in the middle. We are going to... we're figuring out which one to fight with first. The Destroyer Hive on Typhus does make the Poxwalkers -1 to hit melee, but both units of Sisters are below their starting strength, so they get +1 to hit, as per the detachment rule. So just counteracting it. And we're going to go with the Repentia first, with the Eviscerators. So all of the stacking effects, they're +1 to hit because they're below starting strength, they're +1 because they're below half strength. They get to reroll hit rolls and wound rolls because they charged with a Repentia Superior in the unit. However, -1 hit because of Typhus is Destroyer Hive. So you're back to hitting on 4s with a reroll and wounding on 2s with a reroll. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Okay.
So 4s to hit with a reroll. I barely need it, only 1 fail. Nice. Strength 6, normally wounding on 3s, but +1 wound. With a reroll. That is going to be 4 so far.
Yep.
And, all right, all 6. These are all 2 damage each. I'm going to quick die roll these. Any 5-up I roll, I'll have to re-roll into a 5-up to mitigate the damage completely. So that means 1, 2, 3 of them are dead. And of these ones, any 5-up saves their life. They're all dead, all 6 die. And then the Repentia Superior with her Nero whips as well before I remove the models. And currently +1, -1 to hit. So does she hit on 3s or 4s?
It's on 3.
And re-rolling because of her own ability. Boop. And then they're anti-infantry 4-up.
And anti-infantry 4+.
So re-rolling as well. Boop, boop, boop. Well, +1 to move. Probably just the 4s. Yeah, re-rolling those. Not devastating wounds or anything like that. So 2 wounding hits, no AP, but I got no. Are they just 1 damage each?
They're AP 1, -1.
Yeah.
-1 for 1.
All right, so I take 1 more damage. We've lost 7 Poxwalkers. We're gonna lose. I can't pull them out of combat, but I want to pull them closer to Typhus. What do I want to do? I don't know what I want to do. Let's have Typhus go this way, I guess. So we'll lose these ones. 2 there. Cleared out like that. That's 7 dead there. And then the Sacrosancts get to go. Consolidating them a little bit afterwards. Getting a little bit closer to Typhus. And then the Sacrosancts go. Put the Spear of the Faithful first. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling with the +1, -1. Okay, good thing. With the re-roll because of the
Canoness.
The Canoness. Couple of hits.
2 hits.
And these are strength.
These are 5.
So 3s to wound. No re-rolls, I assume?
Nope.
That is 2 damage. We lose a Poxwalker there. Let's lose this one, I guess. And the maces.
All right, 3s.
With a reroll. And okay, 1 hit. Strength 4?
4.
For 4 wound. That's a wound. 2 damage. I lose another Poxwalker. That one will go down. Now the Canoness.
Only 3 hit.
All right, she has the Blessed Blade, which is the Blade of St. Eleanor, the enhancement. So it's a Strength 7, 3 damage Blessed Blade with an extra attack. Should be a 4th attack as well. Because it's +1 strength attack and damage, yeah. So we have 1, that's 4 hits.
4 hits.
And 3s to wound. No rerolls on the wounds, yeah.
Nope.
Oh, lots of damage each.
3 each.
So the first one, dead. Second one, dead. She cuts up 2 of the Poxwalkers herself. We'll lose those ones, I guess. Nice. Good hit. We're going to bother consolidating. We don't want to get closer to Typhus. So we're going to go ahead and resolve this fight over here now. No real piling in here. Everyone's able to attack. There's no room to wiggle. This is at the end of the charge phase. You took this objective away from me. Sadly, it's no longer infected. Oh man, these War Maces are brutal. They're strength 12. They wouldn't be on 2s. No, my high toughness. All right, so we got a bunch of attacks here with the War Maces first. Hitting on 3?
4s.
With a 4 reroll. That's
4s
right.
with a reroll.
No, don't really need it so far. All right, 1 more hit. And 2s to wound because it's strength 12. Okay, nice. 7 saves. However, it's only AP 1, so 3-ups. 2 each or 3 each?
3 each.
This is where I misplayed. That kills 3 Terminators. Damn, I could reduce the damage on all of them by 1.
Oh!
If I thought about the, what's it called? The active faith charge. So that's gonna punk all 3 of my Terminators. And only my Lord of Virulence stands alive and he's being attacked. We have to resolve her attacks into him now. And Morvival, her spear. I assume 2s.
Hit on 2s. With full rerolls.
That one went far.
Okay.
And there we go. All hit is strength
8.
Ooh, 3 wound. Okay.
But with full rerolls.
It's true. Leading Paragon suits.
Yeah. Thankfully, I need it.
5. Nice.
5. These are -2, 3 damage.
All right. Well, we're hoping for some good rolls here. Oh, we're gonna live. How much damage? 3 each?
3 each.
I think he does die. I think they're only 6 wounds. With force, just clearing out a unit of Blight Lords and a character in 1 attack. I'm gonna opt to not consolidate after that, just staying away from the Poxwalkers there. That means I get to fight back over here. So I got to figure out how this consolidate works because Typhus can't consolidate this way because he'll bring himself out of coherency from the Poxwalkers. but he also can't stand on the objective because you can't stand on objectives. So maybe he can consolidate that way. Yeah, but he won't be able to attack from there is the problem.
Oh, darn.
But what I'm trying to hope is that I can consolidate this way and attack over there, but I don't think I can. A little bit easier to see the angle from here, but this is one of those obscure situations where if Typhus piles in to fight over here, again, you can't stand on the objective, so I have to stay at the edge of the ring there. He'll be more than 2 inches away from those two models, so he'll be breaking coherency, so that's not a legal pile-in. And you must go towards the nearest enemy model. If you can't do it, you don't do the pile-in move. And so he's currently coherent to the unit, I believe. So like I would essentially, at best, I could do like this. Boom, I'm technically getting closer to the model, but I'm outside of that 1 inch to attack, as you can see. I might be able to do something like this and get in range to attack as long as I stay within 2 inches of those two Poxwalkers. So that position there, that Poxwalker's too far away. That Poxwalker's already in base contact and cannot pile in. That Poxwalker there is gonna have to stay where he is to keep Typhus coherent. So thus Typhus cannot attack right now. That's fine. That's just, we'll have to hope that later. So this one's gonna pile in to base contact with that model so it can attack. This one is gonna go, they're holding hands currently right now, so I gotta fix that. So with the pile in, we're gonna have 4 attacking this way, 3 attacking that way, and Typhus is gonna sit there keeping it real, commanding. All right, so the Poxwalkers, the 4 of them attacking the Repentia, 5s to hit, 6s are lethal. We got a hit and a lethal, and a wound. So 2 wounds on the Repentia. I'm gonna take those on the Superior, because she's got power armor, a little more durable.
First one.
She's good. Second one, there's 2, one more. Oh, I could just miracle the act of faith it.
Yep.
They didn't do one yet, right? Okay,
correct.
Fair. And then I have the other 3 attacking over here.
I want to take a chance.
Lethal. We got a hit and a wound. 2 saves on them. No AP though. So just your regular
3 ups.
Run of the mill. You're good. No damage. All right. You mitigated the damage on them. That is gonna be the end of the turn. Now for secondaries, killed 3 units for no prisoners. You killed the character, the Blight Lords, and the Bloat Drones. That's 5 victory points for no prisoners. And you took an objective away from me, at least one of them. That's just another cool 5 victory points. You get 10 victory points in secondaries there. It's not too bad at all. It gets you right back in the game with a pretty heavy hit. So I just have to I have to try and reinforce my control over these 2 objectives and hopefully get some good secondaries and put some pressure on them as well. Our 3 new cards, because of secret intel, will be behind enemy lines. That one I'm not even going to bother going for. That one I'm going to get rid of for sure. Area Denial, which is have 1 or more units wholly within 6 of the center of the battlefield, and no units wholly within 6 of the center of the battlefield for 5 victory points. However, if I can make it so there's no units within 3 of the center of the battlefield, it'll still be worth 3 victory points instead of 5. And then Cleanse, or in this case, Corrupt. I have to perform an action on objectives. If I do 1 objective, it's worth 3. If I do 2, it's worth 5. In my command phase, we gain our command points and have to go right to Battle Shocking, because I don't know. And I'm going to use Sanguinous Flux on this, what is it called? Plague Burst Crawler back there. It's going to heal 3 wounds automatically for a command point because I'm near an infected objective. It makes him a little bit more durable for later. Offset him as the target. And I'll have 1 command point left. And then I have to check Battle Shock. The only unit I had to check for Battle Shock would be Typhus's unit. Now this is a pretty big deal if I fail this. He's, for dramatic effect, oh, we're probably fine. Oh, we're definitely fine.
Definitely fine.
So they're not battle shocked, which means I control this objective because I have the 4 Poxwalkers to your 4, but Typhus is worth 3. So that'll be my objective. I already know I have that objective back there. So those are all infected. And score-wise, I will gain 10 victory points for having the 2 objectives. And that is about it. That'll be infected. The goal is this unit's not within 3 of the objective. So if I could kill off this unit, I'll get 3 victory points for secure the middle. Or, at the very least, I could try to beat them up a little bit too. Because I could hit them with the... I'm tempted to just kind of fall back with them. And hit one with the Psychic Power and then shoot the crap out of the other one. But otherwise, that's the end of the command phase. I'm going to go to the movement phase. Okay, so the current score and command points. You're at 13... in total, because no primary, unfortunately. I'm at 15 primary plus 8, so I'm at 23. I had a 10-point lead. Forget the command phase, I have a Plague Surgeon, so I get to bring a Plague Marine back to the unit. Let me tell you, I wish that guy could join Terminators, but he can't. He can only join Plague Marines. So if you're thinking, ooh, I'm going to put him with my Terminators, already thought about it, he can't join them, only Plague Marines. So I actually don't mind having like one kind of beefy Plague Marine unit with a couple of Virion leading it to support it. That seems kind of cool. I don't know how good it is though, but it's too many. Like the issue is how many points is invested into it. Is that good or is that bad? You know, only a couple ways to find out. Anyways, this guy is just gonna kind of stand back up where he died-ish. Yeah. So that objective's not gonna be there after Christian's turn. So it'll go away. So I scored now. I got to deny you from scoring it on your turn, and then it's gone. That's kind of it. So these guys are going to hunker down. They're just going to hang out right here, I guess. They're just going to sit there. They're going to pull it back a little bit, and they're going to have a few guys staying on the cover, and they're going to just they're going to cleanse this objective. Is what they're going to do.
I mean, corrupt.
Corrupt. Thank you. They're going to corrupt this objective. Let's bring it back, boys. Let's move. Do I want to move or do I want to stay exactly in cover where I am? Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just hold this line. Let's just hold here, kind of keep our heads down in the cover. Hopefully that helps us from that a little bit. We'll be able to score this on turn 4 one more time. It'll be worth 8 victory points and hope for the best here. Guess they're just going to stay there. I think I want these guys to stay where they are because I can't risk falling back because I then can't cleanse the objective, corrupt the objective. Now, the interesting thing is, I'm going to call it cleanse because it's the actual mission secondary role, but I'm calling it corrupt because it's narrative for like the Death Guard. But as long as you don't shoot or charge, you can do the action in the shooting phase. So they can still do it, but they have to have control of the objective, which I do in this case because of the positioning we're all in here. So they're going to stay still. I don't know if it's even worth fighting this stuff. I gotta look at their stats before I decide on that, I guess. I'm gonna move these guys back though. So we're gonna run these guys backward. We're advancing them backwards. When I go to declare to move them, Christian's gonna overwatch with these guys for a command point. Now they only hit on 6s, but they get full rerolls and some miracle dice if they want to do an act of faith. Speaking of active faith dice, we get a miracle die we forgot to at the start of my turn. And that's going to be also another 6. Just declaring the overwatch when they start the moves to make sure we're in melta range. Then we're going to go ahead and resolve all that. 6 multi-melta shots. Boop. With a reroll. We got 1 hit so far. That's going to be just the 1 hit. 2 to wound. Boo. And then roll up the damage. See if I'm not going to bother. That's like 8 damage on that one guy or something. So I'm not going to bother saving that. And then all the missiles. It's just 1 each, eh?
Yeah, 1 each.
1 hit. 1 hit. 2 to wound. Probably 2 to wound.
Yeah.
Oh, reroll for more involved.
Yeah, yeah.
And then how much damage is that? D3? So that's
6.
2. Oh, okay. D3, 2 damage. That's the guy who died to the multi-melta. Here is, that's another guy who dies. Grenade launcher. And more involved stuff.
Fidelis.
Ooh, rerolling. Oh, 2, not bad. Strength 6.
Strength 6.
3s to wound with a reroll because they're T4. Nice, got
2.
both of them. 2 damage each.
Yep, 2
I'll
damage.
do quick die rolls. They're both dead. Per big missiles.
Big missiles.
Oh,
Boom.
very nice. Should be 2s to wound with a reroll.
Yeah.
D6 damage, roll it up. A 2 and a 3. So here's the 2, and here is the 3. Oh, he's dead too. From Morven Vol alone, just kills 4 in that Overwatch. That's impressive. All right. Well, fine. Pretty good Overwatch. Not a bad one at all. And then they finish their move. So you declare Overwatch at the start of any like advance, run, charge, or at the end of it. You get to kind of decide. It's kind of one of those, like, if your opponent's moving his stuff kind of quick, try to let them know ahead of time. Like, hey, when you go to move that unit, I plan on overwatching it. So you always want to keep in mind where they were because of things like the Melta rule or
absolutely.
Things like that. I'll try and do some damage to them. Now that the Overwatch is used up, I suppose I'll bring in my flyer. So he'll just go fly to about here. We don't have to worry because 2 inches, we don't have to worry about that. And then just staying an inch away from the edge there, so when I charge, we'll fight from above. This Plague Burst Crawler is going to move this way just to get better line of sight to them. Move that one over there just so I could see, and then we're going to reposition that one a little bit over there. So we're driving into the ruins there, going to try and put some pressure over here to lighten up this side of the battlefield. Keeping all the Plague Marines over that way. That is going to be it for the movement phase. We're going to go right to shooting and keep it simple. They're going to corrupt that objective, and they're going to corrupt that objective back there. So at the end of the turn, if I still control these objectives, then I get 5 victory points for doing that. And then the other one I'm trying to do was area denial. Now, I'm not going to really be able to deal with them overly well, but I could deal with them a little bit. Oh, actually, I can kind of deal with them pretty well. Let's do a bunch of mortal wounds to them with the Destroyer Hive. Okay, so we're going to go to shooting. The only shots I really have are the Plague Burst Crawlers and Typhus. Typhus is going to unleash the Eater virus. So we're going to unleash the Eater Plague on them. Okay, D6 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds on them. Should just kill. Does it just kill 3 of them?
Yep.
Oh, geez, they're only 1 wound each. That does give me 3 Poxwalkers. They joined the ranks. With that in mind, I can put a Poxwalker here so Typhus can pile in a little bit more leniently over that way. That's one of the Poxwalkers that can join up. And then the other ones are just going to be a Blade of Wounds, I guess. Like, we'll just have you join there and you'll join there. Miracle die for a unit dying. That's a 3. Quick little update on Miracle Dice. Then some shooting. Let's go with everything. We're going to start with the one in the back. They can only really see, well, they can see more of Vol, but she can't take wounds. So it doesn't really matter the order I do it in. The one in the back is going to fire first. He's going to put everything into them. Except the Slugger is going to go for that one random little battle sister over there, just to make sure we don't have to deal with her too much. That's a drop die. We hit. I think it might be lethal. It is not lethal. So we got the 3 hits. These are strength 5, 2 to wound, because you're currently toughness 2 near the Plague Marines. Didn't really matter. 2 wounds at -1. And that is a miracle die. What's that? Let's see that miracle die. It's a 6. Okay, for the cause. For the cause. So we got the 2 lances this way. 1 hit, 1 miss, and that's a wound. You're gonna have your 4-up invuln. You'd have cover, but it's a 4-up either way. You,
I was.
What did you say? You could re-roll it in Miracle Diet if you want to, for an act of faith. I do have another set coming that way too, so it's the same difference.
That's the D6 damage. D6 plus 1.
This is D6 plus 1 damage. Yeah.
I will take it.
Take it. All right, so it is gonna dish out 3 damage. I'd like to pop us. I'm not gonna. I won't worry about it. So you have 1 wound left on a suit.
Yep.
Which suit would you like to wound? Because I got them all over here. I can see the suit in Morven Vol, but I can't see those 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter where I put it. I guess.
Put on this
that one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason is because I can see Morven Vol, I can keep putting shots onto the unit. Let's do the mortar. Finish it off. It'll be. There's only 4 of you, so 7 hits. These hit on lethal, and that's a miss. And these are strength 8. Your toughness 6.
6.
So it's just 3 stone there. Even though you're D5, it won't matter too much. So that's going to be 5 saves at 2 up, because only AP 1, and you're in cover. No damage. Oh, nice 4-ups. All right, so that's it for that one done. This one's going to go ahead and fire at them now. Same idea, but the Slugger is going to go for them this time, because why not, I guess. Get the Slugger out of the way. 3 hits. These do 1 on 4s because you reduce your toughness to 5. Back to 2 ups because it's AP1. Yo! Would you like to re-roll it or lose the suit? Gonna go ahead and re-roll that. Good. Nice save. Let's do the mortar. Thunk. It'll be 8 shots. 3s to hit. No. Oh, 1 lethal. Not bad. And these are 3s to wound. 3 saves at 2 up. Need you to roll a 1. Ah! You got it. Not much can be done about that. And no deadly demise on them. Last thing are the entropy cannons. Both hit. Both wound at invulns. Rolling the first one. Passing. And then miracle dying using a 6. Boom. For the other one. Act of faith, baby. First one of the phase. Nice. We got one of the suits. I'll take it. I think that is it for shooting. So we're going to go to charges. I don't know if it's a dumb idea, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to charge my bloat drone on them. Just to essentially suiciding into them to try and get their objective control lower. If I can even kill 1 suit, I'll trade for that guy all day. Plus, it gives you less options to things to kill if secondaries come up later, I guess. So let's see.
Probably Overwatch that.
You can only do that once a turn.
But this is. Oh, is it once a turn?
Overwatch, yeah. Overwatch is the only one that's once a turn. You can't do the move and the charge.
Gotcha.
So we'll go ahead and charge there. That's kind of why I was kind of like okay with him committing in. So he just has to fight from here. Because he'll fight, we'll all fight each other. Fight first with the fight first guy. So here is the Flesh Mower's attacks. He's trying to just grind up right against the suits. 3s to hit with sustained hits. So we just have 2 extra hits in there. And these are 3s to wound. That's not bad. 2 fails. All right, that's going to be 7 saves, -1, so they go to a 3 up. But these are all 2 damage each. We'll do 6 first. Oh, nice. It's only 2 damage, and then you can activate the last one.
Yep. Absolutely.
And it's a 3 too. Nice. So you have a few 6s and a 1. Boom. Another miracle. So I just do 2 damage on the way in. All right. So it'll be 2 wounds on that one, and then you can fight over here. I assume you'd want to go over here first, probably. Well, I mean, I had to attack here first. I had no choice. All right. We're gonna go with the Repentia first. This one here is not able to attack unless it piles into Typhus.
That's fine.
All right, fair.
I mean, we're gonna.
Might as well get the attacks.
You're gonna pile into me.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. So might as well. So just like that. So we have they're rerolling hit rolls and hitting on 4s because of +1 -1, and they're wounding on 2s because of +1 wound, but they're not rerolling the wound rolls because they didn't charge. So, and 4s to hit with their Eviscerators, rerolling because they have the Repentia Superior in the unit still. And okay, nice. 4 hits and 2s to wound and no rerolls. So we'll see if you roll any 1s. Yeah, don't.
Or 2 damage.
I'll do some quick rolls here. They're all dead. Let's lose 4 from over here because I can't afford to give up the objective control.
Attacks.
I will say this one's got to stay because I can't afford that Canoness to pile in. So that one's going to stay there, and this one's going to die. And the Sisters, or the Repentia Superior, should be 4s rerolling, or 3s rerolling, either one. But 4s to wound, no rerolls. Let's see how much damage she can do.
I think she's 3s to wound because she's +1 to wound because this.
She's strength 3, so it's her weapon's anti-infantry 4, which can't be modified really, and she's strength 3 normally. I'm against my T5 4, so
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, so it's all the same.
4s, gotcha. Okay, here we go.
That's a 2, a 3, and a 4. All right, 1 damage, I believe.
Yep.
I do not shrug it. It's hard to see with that thing in the way, but I'm gonna lose this model because that should still be coherent because we're less than 6 now. Well, we're exactly 6, and they changed 6 to the old 5 for coherency. My attack, we are gonna go with. I want to get some damage in with those Poxwalkers to get more bodies in the unit. So they're gonna attack first, then Typhus will afterwards. We got 4 of them able to attack the Repentia, and then this one has to attack the Canoness. So I'll do the one into the Canoness first. I got a wound because lethal hits.
Canoness.
Probably 3 up, yep. And then the 8 attacks into the Repentia. Repentia, 2 wounds. One at a time on the Sister, Repentia Spear, or just the regular ones?
Oh.
The thing is, if you take a save on the Repentia Superior, she has to take Typhus's attacks afterwards. If she lives, she has to be the first one to be attacked by Typhus because she took saves in the phase.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna just tear through that whole unit anyways. So
Yeah.
I'll take them both on her. So
Yeah,
one at a time.
One at a time. First one. Ba, 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 ba. Ooh, good. And good, nice. Okay, so you get no more Poxwalkers back, then Typhus attacks. We're gonna sweep with Typhus's attacks here. So these are 2s to hit. He can't pile in because he's already in contact with someone.
Nice.
They all hit. These are strength 6, so they wound on 2s, and they're -1. So that is 9 wounds.
I started taking them on her.
Oh, that's
so
true. Yeah, one at a time on her 4-ups. She dies. All right, and then the rest are feel no pains. I assume.
Yep.
Yep. So he just sweeps right through all of them. One clean sweep. You used to get extra miracle dice when they died before. Is that still the case?
Nope.
Okay, they're just like fighties. Okay.
Correct.
But you get a miracle die for a thing dying. So. All right, not bad, Typhus. And what miracle die do you get? You have acquired a 5. I don't think I want to consolidate. I'm just gonna hang out where I am. You get to fight with a Canoness or these war suits. Up to you.
Either.
The Blade of St. Eleanor gives you 4 attacks.
2.
They all hit, actually. Yep. And
Strength 7.
3s to wound, because we're thick. 2! But they're like 3 damage each.
Yes, they are.
All right, so of those 2, let's go with first one. So that guy's, you know what? And he's dead. Okay. I know it's confusing, but 2 are dead. I don't want to lose the one that she's engaged with. So I'll lose these 2 back here. There we go. All right, that is it for there. We got these Paragon suits to attack with, and we got to figure out if Morvenval can attack here or not, because she has to get 3 inches. We're going to go ahead and fight with them. Morvenval is going to pile in that way, unable to attack because neither of these 2 are in base contact with the Blowdrone, but they're all in engagement range. So we'll have the 2 maces try and bonk it down, which should be pretty consistent. I hate that for me, but let's see. They have 4 rerolls.
Yep. Hitting on 4s.
Not a bad start. About half hit. That's the always want to see the average. And then, nice, there it is. And strength 12. So 3 steel wounds with a reroll. That's where they got high strength. No, don't even need the reroll. 4 wounding hits. I go to a 4-up save because it's AP 1. I will fail none. He tanks it. Okay. Well, that was disappointing both ways. The objective is still yours. I didn't kill what I wanted to kill. He did no damage to me. So I'm happy it worked out. I guess. Neither one of us got what we wanted done, to say the least. And that will conclude my turn, where I cleanse this objective because I still control it. I didn't charge, nor did I shoot. And they, cleanse for the mission secondary, but we cleanse it in the name of Nurgle. Therefore, we corrupt it. They're both corrupted. So that's 5 victory points. An area denial. This Canoness is within 6 of the middle still. So I only get 3 victory points because she's not within 3.
The Adeptas Sororitas' secondary objectives at the bottom of turn 3. First one is investigate signals. Terrible. That's you have to have a unit within 9 inches of the corners. Oof, that's rough. Next, extend battle lines, where we have to get one or more objective markers in your own, or one objective marker in your deployment zone, and also control one or more objective marker in no man's land. Currently, already have that. Last one is secure no man's land, where at the end of your turn have to score or control 2 or more objective markers in no man's land. Not impossible, but it's going to be challenging. That's going to have to get rid of Typhus.
And which of the 3 are you getting rid of?
I think we'll be getting rid of investigate signals.
I can't believe it.
Oh my
Well, things, you get a miracle die right away.
Miracle die for the turn.
It's a 1. So it's a 1.
And miracle die for having sisters.
Oh, yes. At the other
On
command
that.
phase there. Boop.
That's important.
4. Nice, another one. It's 1 and a 4. And then that's at the end of the command phase technically, but nothing should interrupt that one. Nothing has to be battle shocked because now she's an individual unit and they're still above half, so we're good to go there. Ooh, they're actually +1 hit now. Kind of forgot that when you went to fight me. Just remember that now. Hopefully that didn't matter too much because I crushed the saves. So I can go, I'll double check the clips afterwards. We'll resolve it quickly. It's an easy one.
Re-rolling to hits anyways.
Yeah, so I'll double check that. I just double checked in the clips back there. There was 1 3 to hit, but it got involved in the reroll pile. Then there was an extra hit in there. So roll me a d6 on a 1 or 2. That 3 you rolled was that 4. Otherwise, it would have been a hit. Okay, so you have another hit. Now roll me a wound roll. Reroll it. And, okay, I have a save. All in the universe is corrected. There we go.
Can't change the past.
Didn't change anything. And then to continue into the command phase, you're going to score 5 victory points at the end for controlling this objective, which is kind of bad for me because then it's going to be, if I don't do anything about them, it's going to be worth 8 to you on turn 4 and then 15 to you on turn 5, which will currently tie up the primary points altogether. Looking at the pacing, on how I'm going to score points. So that's something to consider. I have to start making way. Those guys on turn 4 have to just leave that objective and start pushing towards this objective. Absolutely. Next up, that should be it for the command phase, I think. You score your 5, and we just move along to the movement phase. Then just an update on the score. You go to 5, and currently at 13. So you're going to be at 18 total points. I'm at 15, 20, 31. That's the current score. The 2 each here. Then some moving, the Canoness falls back from combat, gets within 3 of the objective and stares Typhus down. Some of the Sisters of Battle that were behind the ruins here just busted through it a little bit, getting closer into rapid fire range. And then the Exorcist tank moves up into the ruins so it can fire through them. Otherwise, the Paragon suits move this direction and move towards the Plague Burst Crawler.
Yeah, they can fall back, shoot, and charge.
Absolutely.
I will go into super speed mode.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and shoot all of this stuff into the Poxwalker unit here.
Start with the combi.
Combi first. 2 shots because of rapid firing.
Yep, hitting on 4s.
3. No, yeah, 4s because you're at full. No one's hurt. Yeah. And 4 to wound.
Nope.
Oh, no, never mind. Okay, combi failed. And then we have 3 rapid firing storm bolters.
All right.
And,
3s.
okay, well, they all hit. 4s to wound.
4s to wound.
1. That's not ideal. And we feel no pain in it. And then the Multi-Melta.
Ultimelta.
That is a... I'll reroll, it's not flat. It's the pity reroll. There you go. Got a hit. These are 2s to wound.
Thank you so much, Luka.
There you go. Nice. They both go through. Roll up the d6 damage on it. Okay, 4 and 5. That's 2 Poxwalkers dead pretty much. So the first one, dead. Second one, I know it's 5, but dead. There you go. So we'll have you die and you die. We'll just have those 2 remaining.
You do Exorcist.
Exorcist. Everything into them?
Yep.
All right.
Heavy bolter.
Heavy bees first. Boom. Got sustained. That's 2 hits. And
3s.
That's a wound. That's going to be 2
Minus
damage.
1 to 2 damage.
Oh, almost tanked it. Now it is just Typhus remaining in the middle. Let's see if Typhus can tank
An Exorcist.
an Exorcist. Let's see, D6 plus 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe 3, 2.
We can double check.
Oh my gosh.
Probably should have cloud of flied there. That's okay. Let's go ahead and do, you're at 1 command point. You're going to reroll the amount of shots. It's going to be 3 instead. Well, plus it's X amount. Is it just 2 more?
3 plus 2.
Okay, so 5 shots, hitting on 3s because you moved.
Yep.
1 miss, and these are strength 12 or 10. 3s to wound Typhus. You probably want the Act of Faith on damage, I assume? Yeah. Oh. He only has 6 wounds, so if I fail this save, he's dead.
Minus 2.
He's got a 4-up invuln. Just right off his cataphract. He's like, you're gonna roll 3 1s on that, Christian? You're gonna roll 3 1s? That was tight though. That was close. That's a big deal because that means that's a scored secondary for Christian. Now I guess you can't charge because she fell back.
It's all right. I still got some other stuff.
These suits are gonna have to fire everything in the Typhus, and that means they're not firing over here, which is nice for me. Multi-meltas.
Let me make sure I do all this right. Okay. Heavy bolter, her heavy bolter into them.
Gotcha.
And then missiles and everything else.
Everything
into
else
them.
that way? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's do the heavy bolter first, then get it out of the way so we don't forget.
2s. Rerolling.
Okay, good start.
And then 3s. Rerolling.
3 of them. There's 2
Minus
damage
1,
each.
2 damage. Yep.
Fast roll in. This one could live. It does not. 3 get gunned down. Just that one's left.
All right. Then.
Morven Vol's missiles that way. All hit.
And these are strength 9.
Boo. And reroll. Ooh,
2.
2. I know I could have cloud of flied here, but with the rerolls, there's no point in really using the command point there. I'd rather use it for these saves. Minus 2 though, eh? First one. Ooh, fail. D6 damage. Ooh, I have to reroll or else I kill him because you have a miracle die. Command point reroll. He's dead. Well, you have the miracle die, but he's dead.
Boom. Boom.
Boom. That means this is no longer corrupted at the end of the shooting phase there, which I think we're at. Yeah. Now it is charge time.
Charge into the bloat drone.
Drone. He's got no answer to that one, really. Oof. All right. Oh, you're in. Just completely slamming into him. Not loving this for this drone. I love how this game has somehow flipped on me. Only because that Act of Faith, man. That Act of Faith charge was so big.
Extra 3 attacks.
Yeah, I suppose what doesn't matter is I keep biting myself in the butt for not moving back further, but you rolled the 6 on the other one, so you would have made the charge anyways. And I couldn't go much further than an 11 and control the objective. Now we're done charging. We'll go to the fight here. What are we thinking?
Suits first.
Suits first? All right.
Yep.
Plus 1 to hit. We won't forget that. 3s to hit.
3s to hit. 3 rolling.
Re-rolling.
You need it. All right.
Okay, and then these are 3s to wound. Re-rolling. Re-rolling. That's 3, 5. 4 ups. Tank him, baby. He's gonna live that. He's taken 6. We just have to survive Morven Vol's attacks. 5 attacks. 2s. And strength 8, you said?
Yep, strength 8.
5s to wound with the reroll. Because I'm T9.
Oh, he's T9.
Yeah, well, he's a vehicle. He's like a boom. Re-rolling. Just the 1. Ooh, I already used my roll. It's a different phase, I guess.
It's minus 2.
Minus 2. 5 up. We're good. He lives. That means he gets to fight back, and like he's got 3 wounds left. He doesn't bracket. Bloop, but he can definitely do some damage. Maybe. I am going to attack with my blades. I hit on 3s. Sustained hits though, so we get to keep 2 of those misses. We just keep on rolling. These are 3s to wound. 1 fail. So that is going to be 6 saves at minus 1. 3 ups. You have a 4.
Yep, that's right. I got lots. Saving 1.
Yeah. There you go. No damage.
And
Gives you
I will
active
use-
faith of 4.
Yep.
Boom. I'm keeping it going. Okay, well, that will conclude the turn. As for scoring secondaries, he did very well. Getting that Typhus kill gives you 1, 2 of the objectives for securing no man's land, and then that also helps. You kind of had to extend no matter what, because you have this objective and one of those other ones, so that's going to be should be 10 victory points there.
Correct.
Kind of keeping the score tied there on secondaries. As we go to the 4th battle round, this is removed. That is out of here. Gonna draw 3 new cards here because it's the intel. We have Secure No Man's Land, which is hold 2 in the middle with that objective gone in the middle. Not going to be very doable because Morven Vol and those suits are really holding down the other flank. We have a Tempting Target, which is going to be that same area with the suits, so I'm going to probably get rid of that one because that's the one Christian's going to pick. And then Overwhelming Force is 3 victory points for every unit you kill that was in range of an objective, and I might be able to make that happen by killing some Battle Sisters. So we'll see what we can get there.
Die if you care.
Miracle Die for the Sisters, a 5. And then in my command phase, at the end of it, I'll score that objective for 8 victory points now. So that brings me to 23. I have nothing to heal over there because we're at full health. I misplayed a little bit. I should have moved them last turn a little bit, stretched out this way a bit further. But maybe you would have stayed away further. So maybe it's not so bad. Battle Shock. This thing's got a Battle Shock. It passes. I don't think that really matters too much though. And we go up our command points and. I think we're good to go into the movement phase. Just an update on the score. Currently 15 for your guys, but you're going to gain 8 on your turn unless I deal with the suits, and then you'll gain another 15 after that. So you're going to gain 23 more points, bringing you to 28. Wait, 8 plus 15. Yeah. Actually bring you 5 higher than me in primary, so I got to really make the secondary work or just hit that that suit unit down there. I think it's unless this goes exceptionally well for me, it might, or unless you draw bad cards on the next couple turns, this might be a Death Guard loss to everyone. To my surprise as well. That active faith charge was so good. That was a game-changing charge. Great call on that one. On to the rest of the moves. Our Plague Marines do move towards them. It's a 5-inch charge to make it into them. And if there's no point in killing the Canoness, all of their shots have to go this way, so this guy is going to retreat from this combat. I assume you're going to Overwatch at the end of his move.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense there, because I got to be able to shoot. So this is where I'm going to end. You can't do it when I start it, but you can do it when I end it. So we are going to end about here. Bada bing, bada boom, and let the bullets fly. It's going to be, this is the Meltas first. No hits, but rerolls. I need you to miss these. Okay, it's a good start for me. Grenade launchers, I guess?
Grenade launchers.
Both miss, but rerolls.
Come on.
And then the missile racks and the heavy bolter. Missiles, reroll. Getting lucky so far. Oh, the heavy bolter, last thing, could still do it. 1 hit and a reroll. 2 hits. Ooh, these are 5s to wound with a reroll. And nothing so far. Just missed it all. Just survived it. Okay, that makes it a little spicy. I could probably just keep them where they are. I don't really need to heal that one over there anymore. It should be okay. So we are going to do just that. We are going to fire everything into them, I guess. This Poxwalker should probably move too, now that I think about it. I'm afraid of him kind of screwing it. Oh, he's got to be there ready for turn 5. So he's got no choice but to kind of move. He'll advance and he'll just go there, whatever, just to walk onto the objective for later. And yeah, let's do all these shots into them. Do everything from the back one into them first. We'll do the mortar, which will be 5 shots. 3s to hit, no lethals, and 3s to wound. 2 wounds at -1, but roll probably. This one's got to take the wounds. I don't know if it'll have cover against the. Oh no, the runes are in the way. Yeah, you got cover. It's all good. So back to 2s. Okay, you're good. The slugger. They all hit and they wound on your T6 normal, which is 1 wound. -1, back to 2. You're good. And then the entropy cannons hit. It's a wound as well because it's lethal. 4 up invuln. You're good. And now the second one's going to do the same thing. Mortar first. Ooh, 4 shots actually. All hit but 1. 3s to wound. 2 saves. Now the first one won't have cover, Because it should be, you know what? Yeah, you're good. You're good. You have cover. That's all good. Because it's a hill, you're above. I can't see everything about you. I can't see your feeties, technically. It's all good. I don't really care. Just 2 up save.
Right. 2 up?
Yeah. Don't roll 2s. It doesn't matter. There we go. And then the slugger. Let's do the entropy cannons. Get them out of the way. That's a wound. 4 up. Miracle die. Active faith this phase. Boom. All right. And then the slugger. All hit. And 2 wounds. 2 ups. You're okay, no damage. Then I am not going to bother shooting any of their guns. Doing damage to this thing won't matter at all, so I'm going to go right to charging. I'll start with this. No overwatching, because we did it earlier. He's going to charge 3. Good enough. I guess we'll just go there. He'll go there. It doesn't change too much. I need him to, like, spike. I need him to do outstanding. I might use the vehicle charge strat here. I am gonna tank shock. So we technically do it before he charges. Now it's kind of weird. I use the strength characteristic of my weapon compared to your, I rolled that many dice. I believe he's strength 6, so I'll roll 6 dice. Boop, boop, boop. And if my strength is higher than your toughness characteristic, which it is, because you're T5 and you're my corruption, I'll roll 2 additional dice. Every 5 up is a mortal wound to a maximum of 6. I deal 3 mortal wounds.
All right. Kills the suit.
Kills the suit. Boom, kills the one up there, and maybe it does some damage to the one down. Well, it does. It brings it down to 3.
Yeah, mortals.
Yeah, ultimately, it doesn't really do that much because it's 2 damage each on a swing, but it will help me try and push through. Oh yeah, more involved. She would have charged. Where was she fighting? Let's put her. Yeah, she would have had to be on the around this. Yeah, she's around here. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's easy to forget you can't go on the objectives, right?
Oh yeah.
It's a new thing to get used to. Yeah. Okay, we are gonna charge over here with them. They needed a 5. They fail it. I'm gonna command point reroll. They fail it. All right, I can concede there. That's game. Simple as that. They didn't make the charge. I won't get the points. I'll do this combat over here to resolve it, but I think you're gonna get it because I can't really. Morven Vault can now hide from the Plague Burst Crawlers behind this thing, and just get the points and clear that up. So. Unless this guy rolls exceptionally well, we gotta still resolve that. All right, 10 attacks. 3s to hit with sustain. So we get the extra hit in there. Yeah, 3s to wound? Yeah, 3s to wound. 6 saves at -1. They're all 3 up saves. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
I kill the suit and
2
do
damage each,
2
right?
damage to Morven Vault. Yep.
Okay.
All right, not bad. She'll have 6 wounds left. I won't bother consolidating because she won't fight me back. Yeah, and I won't bother consolidating to engage her. So that will be a quick conclusion to my turn. And we're going to go to the bottom of turn 4. But I'm going to take a look at the score to see what this looks like. We might only have to really resolve this because this is all inconsequential now because I failed that charge because that would have been 3 victory points. At the end of my turn, I'm going to get rid of Overwhelming Force and Secure No Man's Land because they can just run far away from me, and I will never catch them with them. So I might as well get 2 new cards, if it even matters. Will give me a command point as well. Well, in other consideration, the fact that I killed the other suit more involves only OC2. I figured she was at least 3.
Oh,
my guy's
2.
3. That means you don't get points for this objective on turn 4, which is a bigger deal. Okay, well, we got a game still. That is, again, at the end of my turn. So we're going to go to the bottom of turn 4, where you don't gain 8 victory points. You only gain 15. Which means I do maybe win after all. Interesting. For anyone curious, because Morven Vault was here, even because she was fighting up, she would have been fighting from here on the guy up there when he fell back. So that's where she should be after he retreats. And then I charge into that suit, disallowing her from piling in. So this should all be good. And then we're going to see what turn 4 looks like for the sisters.
All right, 3 new objectives for the bottom 4. Bring it down behind enemy lines and engage on all fronts. Engage on all fronts.
It's weirdly doable.
Weirdly doable. Behind enemy lines, I'm going to have to toss because there's just no way. I've got 1 model. I've just got Morven Vault back there, and she's not going to run away from the point to try to get that.
And to quickly summarize that, Morven Vault's back here. She refused to run back here. She's just giving up the 15 victory points for later, so that's not going to happen. Engaging all front, she's in this table quarter. This Canoness could run, has to be 3 inches away from this table quarter and this table quarter. The only thing with that is I can overwatch her when she does that, and I will do that. That's the risk. But that's still worth 3 victory points to Christian if he pulls it off. So we'll see. So it's called the Emperor's Grace, as a rule she has, actually.
Once per battle.
Start of any phase, she gets a 2-up invulnerable save for that phase. So I'm going to assume movement phase is what we'll call it. Or is it the whole turn?
No, so I would.
Yeah, the Overwatch. I'd have to do it in the movement phase. That's the only option I have to do it. So she'll go 2 up invulnerable save, start of the phase, move there, and then even if I kill her, she can come back to life with the Divine Intervention, I believe.
Divine Intervention.
It might not be worth doing. So if you're gonna call, okay, let's put it this way: are you gonna call the invulnerable save or no?
Yes.
Okay, then I won't bother overwatching.
Okay.
So she'll move there, and then she is safe. That's kind of cool. I like that. So she's gonna go there. They're gonna retreat and get closer to this table quarter, and then that's gonna stay still for the heavy trait to get +1 to hit. And then Morven Vol is gonna move up and around this Bloatrone to make an easy charge. I guess I could overwatch with one of these tanks if you did that. I guess you always have to. The command point. What else do I need? Command point, pop smoke on them over there to keep them alive, I guess. Or pop smoke on my thing here.
Cloud of Flies.
Cloud of Flies. Yeah, Cloud of Flies. I guess I will overwatch. You know, at the end of her move, I'll try the overwatch there. Maybe I'll get lucky and crank a 6 and kill her. You have Miracle Dice, though. Man, these Miracle Dice. There was an ability she has in the command phase we forgot to mention is Righteous Repugnance. Increases the attacks of her Heavy Bolter and her Spear by 3?
By 3.
This turn, I suppose.
Once per battle.
Yeah, once per battle. It's like kind of a big, angry move. What's the damage on the spear? By 3 each. 3? Oh, okay, I'm not going to damage mitigate that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and... Why did I move him there? It's like turn 4. I needed him to... I'm so dumb. I couldn't even get him near the objective.
No, because Morven Vol was there.
Morven Vol was there, yeah, blocking it. Okay, I keep thinking I was going second and scoring at the end of my turn. Anyways, I am going to overwatch here. Maybe I'll get lucky. For some Miracle Dice usage. I have 1 command point left. Here's the big guns. Bam, bam, bam. Got a hit. Oh, it's a wound as well. Miracle Diet?
Yeah.
Yeah, boom. So save that. And then we have the Slugger, which will do no hits. And the Mortar, D6 of them. Ooh, it's going to be 9. 6 is to hit. Boom, 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 boom. That's 3 wounds. Lethal. Ooh. -1? I don't know. Roll me some saves. Don't roll 2s. Don't have to worry about it. Okay, there you go. I take
2.
2 damage. Bringing you down to 4. We're going to go ahead and fire her. Heavy Bolter that way. Rockets into the Bloatrone.
Right.
What do we do
Bolter.
first? Heavy B first. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, there you are.
Yeah,
Is it? Oh, because you get extra shots with it.
Yes.
One more hit. Because does this one have sustained hits like a regular Heavy Bolter? I've been forgetting the sustained hits on Fidelis there. Anyways, 3's to wound. 4.
Rolling.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's one of those, like, we don't know. She's technically not leading a unit anymore. Does she get the reroll? Maybe she doesn't. That's up in the air currently, but I'll take the 4. This guy's dead anyways. Boom, he's dead. Missiles into this guy. Let's see if we do it without the rerolls first and see if we need the rerolls. Then we can figure out the rule afterwards.
Okay.
And then does this wound on a 3 or 5 actually? It's strength 8.
The missile is strength.
That does fail. Go ahead and the rerolls. You know what? Go ahead with the rerolls for now, just to see if it makes it a little more interesting. And that's a hit. And does a wound? No. And then reroll them both essentially. That's a no wound, and the other one is strength 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1 wound. Reroll the 3 as well, because that was the 2. Oh, jeez. Okay, now it matters. What's the AP? 2. So D6 damage. But you can. Oh, you've already active faithed this. Nope, this is a different phase, right? Yeah. You could activate the damage to kill it.
Yep.
Which you probably would. Deadly Demise. No Deadly Demise there. Okay. He was going to die anyways to melee, so the rerolls didn't matter too much. One of those, like, while leading a unit, so we're kind of up in the air there. So usually if it's like a really powerful ability, it feels weird that like she'd have rerolls the whole time, and then the second she's not leading a unit, she doesn't have any anymore. The answer is kind of unclear, at least for me at this point, and it actually doesn't. It might look like it matters. It doesn't, because she was going to charge and probably kill it anyways. So just keep speeding it up, essentially. But me explaining it slows it down, so it's kind of ironic. We have a bunch of shots over here.
We're going to do the Exorcist that stood still into this group.
They'll do Cloud of Flies to make it -1 to hit, I guess.
Okay.
Heavy Bees.
Heavy Bees on 3s.
Okay.
Because we stood still, and it's a heavy weapon.
And there's 1 more to hit.
Yeah,
the Heavy
sustained.
Bees is sustained. Not heavy, though, on this one. Just sustained. But it's still all good. Still same difference. 1 wound.
1 wound.
-1 in cover. We're not good. That's a dead guy.
Shots.
Yeah, D6 +2 because we got. No, it's +4 because of my unit size. Never mind, it is not a blast. Should be 3s to hit after all the modifiers. A couple misses and strength 10.
Yep.
2, 4. 4 ups for guys in cover. 2 die. Wait, is it D6 damage?
Yes.
First one. And the second one, okay, kills 2. Collectively 3 dead. I don't really care about the plasma guns. We could lose them. They're not going to do much for me. These 3 die.
Okay.
So do the Canoness as well. Bam, bam, bam.
Inferno pistol hits.
Nice. It does. There's that one. All right, that will be it for the turn 4. We're gonna come to my last turn coming up. You get Bring It Down for 3. What's the? Bring It Down. That blow drone's only worth 3 victory points because it's a tactical objective. You get a bonus 1 for every 10 wounds, 15, and 20 wounds. That all stack. You only had 9 though. So that's 3 victory points there, and the other one was engaged on all fronts. You got this one, you got that one, and this one, which should be worth 3 victory points because it's tactical as well. You get more victory points if it's all 4 table quarters. Okay, so my goal, the only thing I care about this turn is killing her with those. Can she come back to life? With Divine Intervention? Ooh. She can Divine Intervention and come back to life. Is it like 3 up to 3 wounds, essentially?
3.
Okay. That means I have to move forward, shoot her to death, and then successfully charge and do tank shock to kill her. That's what I have to do. If she comes back with 3 wounds, I have to do 3 mortal wounds and then kill her with melee. So that's the only hope. Okay, I drew some pretty hot cards here for secondaries. I got Storm Hostile Objective, which is to take an objective away from Christian here, and we could attempt to charge on the Battle Sisters again. Assassination is kill characters. We got a Sister Superior, we got a Canoness, and the last card is Defend Stronghold. I'm also trying to kill Morven Vol for Assassination. Defend Stronghold, these are all very doable. Defend Stronghold is the least amount of points, but it's guaranteed points, which is kind of spicy. But I like to gamble, as you guys are well aware. So I'm going to go for the gambling ones, because I guess I play so many games, winning or losing doesn't matter. I'm here for the cool, showy bits. So I'm going to try and gamble some of these points, and we're going to get rid of Defense Stronghold. Kind of speeding up the process. Christian's moving the models for me. They have a 7-inch charge to make it in here. With that, that'll allow me to pile in and get models on the objective, and I will surely kill some sisters with all their melee attacks. On top, okay, I can kind of cheese it a little bit, and I feel a little bad doing it, but in the interest of I kind of want to win, I can resurrect a model 2 inches in front of them as well. Still don't love stuff like that, but he would have been resurrected 2 inches in front of the unit, then moved. So that's where the unit was. This guy would just be 2 inches in front of them, making it a 5-inch. Well, yeah, essentially a 5-inch charge. So they're going to be there. Sorry, my command phase. That's actually, is this turn 5?
Turn 5.
That one goes away, so it's worth nothing. That one's out of here. Reanimate a unit here. Not reanimate. Bring a Death Guard back because of the Plague Surgeon. Those don't need to heal. I don't think I need to. Got my cards. No battle shocking to do. So we're right to movement. This is all that matters. This is kind of all that matters. So we're going to go ahead and move the Plague Burst Crawler pretty much up to this because we can't clear it. We're going to drive there in an attempt to charge and clear this and kill her if she comes back to life, which she will. And then we have the other tank just staying there because I could see to there. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to have all of their attacks attack her because if you resurrect her, you won't be able to resurrect her, I suppose. Because you can't do same phase.
Correct.
Yeah, so we'll put all the shots into her. It is mostly a plasma gun, which I'll supercharge, and the Foul Blight Spawn, who has the flamer. So
I'll tell you what. There's no way she's going to survive all that with the 3-up, 4-up.
It's not a lot of shots. It might kind of screw it up.
Really?
Yeah, 3 shots from that. It's only anti-infantry 2. So 2 wounds onto her at -2, so 4-ups. She only takes 2 in the plasma gun. Misses. And wounds. So 1 more 4-up.
Nope.
How much wounds did she have? 5 or 4? Unless you want to reroll or anything, she does die. That's 4 damage. Hazardous weapon. My guy is still alive. And then we do. That'll give me some assassin. Oh, miracle die. We've been rolling. We got to feel them off. We got a bunch of miracle dice now, but a lot of them, a lot of 2s now. A 6 and a 3. We got 1 6 and a 3 in there, and then we're gonna put all the shots into Morven Vol here. We'll start with the one in the back. We're gonna do the big guns. That's a hit. That's a wound. And 1 invulnerable save. Just gonna miracle die the 6. Boom. That's the last 6. And then we got the mortar. This is a lot, guys. Geez, 6 shots. Sorry for the increased pace of play. We have a lot going on. Well, we've been playing for a while. So that's 1 wound, and these actually all hit. You are toughness down to 5. Well, these are all 3s, all the same. Oh, nothing. Only 2 at -1. So you should have 2 ups even. I can only see part of her because of this, so it's definitely cover. And then the slugger Let's see, the slugger, I guess, the damage, 1 hit, no wound, that's okay. Now this one's gonna do the same thing. Might as well do the big guns first. Both hit, both wound, 2 invulnerable saves. 1 fail. Would you like to reroll? Keep her alive.
Yep.
All right, re-rolling it.
Different die.
Different die. Ooh,
No,
it's gonna do 3 damage. I can't afford to re-roll it because I need the command point for tank shock. So she's got 1 wound left. We got the slugger, hit twice. 1 wound, -1. Now she won't get cover against these because this only provides cover for infantry.
Okay,
So-
is she in contagion range?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she is. She's okay, and then the mortar. Blunk. 5 shots plus 3. It could be funny if I look back at my profile. It's like +1 or +2 or something. I've been cheating this whole game. 1 wound, a couple misses. And these are 3s to wound. Okay, that's 5 wounding hits at 3-up saves. Only has 1 wound left. And 5 3-ups. Does she go down? She does. Oh, does she? That's 6 damage. Now she's going to resurrect right there with 3. I assume it's the exact same spot she would have died in. Yep. You're going to burn 3 miracle dice to make her come back with 3 wounds because it works the exact same way it did before. That's it for shooting. That does count as a second character kill for assassinate. It does say that for reanimating as well. We're bringing them when they come back to life. Now we're going to go to charging. I'm going to declare tank shock. I have to do it before I do any charges. Let me check one thing actually. Before I do that, I'm going to charge with these guys. I don't think they're going to fail. Perfect. Ooh. Okay. And now we're going to declare tank shock on this thing, and we'll roll him in a second. Let me move them in. Where they move with the 11, the objective's blocking me from getting a few more models on there, but these 3 are in base contact, and these models are in base contact with them. They'll be able to fight. This thing's going to tank shock. I don't have a command point for a reroll. It has to clear this. So I have to roll well enough. 6 ain't probably going to do it. Oh, that thing might only be 5 inches. So 6 inches from the back. Doesn't clear it. You can't rest up on it like that. So, unfortunately, the charge does fail. I needed a 7, clearly, to make it in. I want to do the hypothetical. He's strength 6 on his weapon, and you're T5 because of the contagion range. So I would have rolled 8 dice against you, and I would have dealt. You have 3. I need 3 5-ups. Oh, she would have died to the tank shock. Okay, so, but what really matters here is the fact that I stopped you from getting those 8 points earlier. So you're still going to get your 15. Because your turn will be, I think you just pretty much end your turn because that's all. You can kill somebody if you want to, but that's pretty much it. We'll see what your cards look like. I'll go ahead and resolve these attacks. Let me do the big plague weapons first. I got 1 of them in range, 2, 3, all 4 big plague weapons are in range. And these are the big weapons hitting on 4s, lethal hit, and 2s. That's 5 saves. I run 2. 5 5-ups. I kill all 5. That's it.
All 5.
Boom. Dead.
Easy.
And storm hostile objective complete. And assassinate for 2. And you get a miracle die, another 6. Assassinate is just 1 or more characters are destroyed for 5 victory points. So I got it in 2 different ways. So I got storm hostile objective for 5 and assassinate for 5, which will give me 10 more points on my secondary. And gonna end my turn 5. I'm done playing. I got nothing left to do. It goes to Christian's turn, where I know he's gonna get 15 points for this. I guess I could Overwatch or something weird during the move, but I probably won't. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, so you go to 20 points on primary because you were at 5 before.
So,
and then let's see what secondaries you get. Going through Christian's cards quickly here. Area Denial, Defense Stronghold, and Cleanse were the initial picked ones. You were gonna, out of the 3 to discard, you can get rid of Defense Stronghold, and then once per game you can get new orders for a command point. You had 2 in this turn. So you got rid of Area Denial and drew into Assassination. So these are the 2 cards. Assassination will be next to impossible. You don't have enough attacks to do it, sadly, but Cleanse you can do, and that'll give you 3 victory points. That's automatic. There's nothing to really resolve there. So on Christian's turn, it's a simple, I'm going to cleanse this objective and leave this battlefield. If this is a victory for the Death Guard, it's Pyrrhic at best. So she's going to cleanse this and gain, I believe that's 3 victory points. And that's it. By cleansing it, you can't shoot or charge, so that means the game is going to be done. Now we could... They're dead. We could shoot this thing, but it's not going to matter too much to them because you don't have enough shots to kill them all. And that'll be the game, I guess. Because again, these aren't worth any victory points. They're just there for secondary cards. So if you were to gain 3 for Cleanse, taking a look at this, it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 6, 29, 32 to my 5, 10, 15, 20, 26. So you have a 6-point lead on me in secondaries. And, oh, you actually beat me. I only have a 3-point lead on primary.
By 3.
You beat me by 3. Excellent game. I thought I had it too by denying that 8 points, but your secondary game crushed me. Oh wait, what's your? Because you can get 40 points in secondary. You have what, 33 or something? 32? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you beat me. Huh. Actually, we both had pretty crap scores. Because we have, ideally you want to get to 90 as much as you can, right? Because that's how you kind of gauge how well you did. We both denied each other quite a bit of points, even with secret intel. Your total score is 52. I got 49. I lost by 3. I am a little surprised. I don't mind it though.
Ooh, that was close.
It came down to that charge, I guess, that 6-inch charge, in which I needed a 7 on for the tank shock. And in the MiniWarGaming Vault, you better believe we got more 10th edition content to go along with what you just watched. This match in particular will be Noble House Atreides against the Chaos Filth of the Chaos Knights. If you aren't a member, it is available to our YouTube and Vault members. All you have to do is click on the link down below to sign up for a 7-day free trial to have access to this battle report, as well as the rest of the new 10th edition coverage we have going along with it, and of course all the other content that we have in the vault to go along with that. And after 7 days, you can choose to stick around or not. The choice is yours. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you next time very soon, and enjoy the post game. Over here. That 5-inch charge failing over there actually didn't matter that much because I was able to get an objective that also gave me more victory points the next turn. But had I got, okay, it's actually kind of funny because had I got that 5-inch charge that I rerolled, that would have gave me 3 victory points. And then I wouldn't have been able to storm this hostile objective. I guess if I was smart, I wouldn't have taken it. I would have just like stayed 3 inches away from it, then had the card drawn. That's if I was smart, and we all know I wouldn't have been smart.
Well, if you could have seen the future.
Exactly. If I knew the future, I would have done that. So, okay, hypothetically, in a perfect play world, don't take the objective because it's actually not worth anything unless that card comes up. And then that would have been a tie game. And had it made this, those impact hits would have been so clutch to take out Morven Ball. I don't mind losing on that, though. That's just a die roll. That's out of my control. I'd rather lose to that other than big, dumb, game-ending mistakes that I didn't see, which happen sometimes, and I hate those.
No, but that was the right play. That trying for that tank shock is so strong.
Tank shock's damn good these days. Tank shock is a hell of a stratagem.
Absolutely.
It's one, you just go in, and most tanks have super high strength weapons. They're like, like strength 6, strength 5, so you're throwing at least like 6 to 8 dice, and you're going to gain 2 to 3 mortal wounds on that. So you pay 1 command point to get those 3 mortal wounds, especially on something that's so critical that only has 3 mortal wounds left. You know what, dude? I thought this was a hard loss for the sisters. I don't even know where this went sideways. I have no idea.
10-plus-inch charge.
I guess that's
Morven Ball in her Paragon suits.
That was it. That's where I lost the game. I kind of forgot about the Act of Faith on that. I mean, realistically, my guys could have just lived and not died if they rolled more 4-ups, but they didn't. There's something I did that turn that could have saved them a little bit. It was, I used a command point somewhere. I don't know how impactful it was, but I need 2 to reduce the damage my units take in melee by 1, which would have made all the clubs 2 damage.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the 3. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So wounding me on 2s with only 2 damage each would have killed half the amount of Terminators, which means I would have had, we killed 3, means I would have had 1 left. Not a big deal, but then the Lord of Virulence might have been left alive, and he's kind of a fighter. Because he had the deadly pathogen on his fist, so he could have been carving up a lot of damage there. So that was kind of my misplay. I used up 1 command point too many. I stayed exactly kind of where I needed to. You just rolled that bonkers 12-inch charge. You can't, the Act of Faith, you can't beat it. That's literally what it's there for. Yeah, I mean, that was a damn good game, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. That was kind of nuts. That's would play again. You know, one of those.
Yeah.
Would play again. How'd you feel in the beginning? Like, did you feel like, oh, this isn't
I felt on my back foot the whole game. Making that one, I mean, because you had so much board presence and there was nothing I could do to hardly touch, 20 plague.
The Poxwalkers here in the middle, yeah.
With Typhus, and then that big brick of Plague Marines over on this side.
Still kicking.
Yeah, and they're still there because they, whenever I killed 1 or 2, they keep on coming back. So with your surgeon guy, so yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but I knew I had to go for the long game.
That was clutch. I didn't even consider the math on it. The fact that I even denied the 8 points that one turn was so good. It got me right back into the game. And then I came down to that charge roll. I guess that's it. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
The Act of Faith just chunking those big damage shots. That's what it's there for, though. That's the whole point of it, yeah. And like the best part was it was mostly like 5s and 6s you were rolling too.
Yes. That was clutch.
The amount of miracle dice you get is pretty similar to how it was before. It's just it doesn't feel that big in the beginning, but turn 3, 4, and 5, it helps keep the sisters, which start hemorrhaging units. It's good to have stuff like that. So Morven Vol she was definitely like an auto-include in a lot of sisters lists before, but now she only works really, really well with Paragon suits. But those Paragon suits were great. 2-up save,
4-up invuln.
4-up invuln, and they get cover from a lot of elements of the game now. So they're pretty much walking around with the 2-up a lot of the time. And if not, you get the Miracle Die to chunk the bigger hits. So that's kind of nice. That's not a bad... They might be a little expensive, but they got a lot of presence. Yeah, and they move 8 and they make those big charges. Like that's not a bad unit at all. That's a pretty scary unit that I got a lot of respect for. But it almost went down. Again, that charge, that was it. So that's it for this one, folks. Thanks for the amazing game.
Absolutely, Luka.
Like starting 10th edition off kind of strong. I like it. So far, it's looking pretty good.
That was a good challenge.
We got a lot of games to go. We got a special one for tomorrow. I don't know. You'll probably see it later after this one, but it should be interesting. It's definitely a couple of lists that no one's going to want to play against, but we'll play against each other, I suspect. Happy wargaming, everyone, and tune in next time for more Warhammer 40k because there's a lot to come.
Lots.